Okay, we're having technical issues off the rip, off the gosh darn rip. Okay, let's try this again. You stupid song. I don't hear it playing. I don't know. I don't know if there's a song playing because I don't hear it if it is. But it's just the intro just screws up so bad with me not knowing if the song is playing. What the hell magic are you doing? Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear the song. I don't know what's going on with my share sound. So I don't know if oh, you guys hear the song. That's awesome. Thank you, StreamYard, for letting them hear the song. So I can't hear the cue to say Vigilante Williamson here on the 49th episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. So apparently you guys can hear the theme song. I can't. The cue's all fucked up. We're just going to go ahead and ease it down anyway. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday. It is. March 6th. Not March 6th. May 6th. I always do that. The M in a month. People do that with June, July, and January. May 6th. Thursday, May 6th. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Whatever time of day. I'm about to adjust the camera at my own peril. Okay. Didn't jump on me. Still looks crooked. Just in a different way. All righty. Didn't really have that much time because I actually just impromptu hopped on a stream with Midnight's Edge After Dark and Paulie and Rob and Culture, and it was pretty fun. And it looks like I'm also being called. Jeesh. Bill collectors are out today. How's everybody doing? It was loud. So, that's great. Well, I had no gauge to know how loud or anything because I cannot hear the music at all. So that's very weird. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. Streamlabs doesn't play audio from transitions on there, and only the viewers. Here's the thing. So I've been able to play the song and hear the song. That's why, right when the beat drops, I do Vigilante Williamson, and so I can hear it 9 times out of 10. I'm not sure if they just did an update that changed that. When you share, I got the Windows share, and you share with audio, you can put songs on your own computer, and when you play them, it should pick it up. So you guys were actually able to hear it, but usually I'm able to hear. So that's very new that I'm not. This is the first time that's ever happened. So I don't know and I have sound card issues, so I can never tell if it's me or if it's anything. No, this isn't an Invincible cosplay. This is the Vigilante Williamson Show, Blizz XX. Listen, we're going to talk about Black Superman, and because they don't make Black superheroes original, I had to become one. I had to just do it myself because I would never get an original superhero just to hand me down, and that's going to be the main event subject. So no, not Invincible cosplay. And I'm not really a superhero. I'm an anonymous citizen journalist, but that's neither here nor there. But thank you for joining us on Twitch. We are also on D Live, and I need to get into my D Live to see who's on because I do get people on the D Live. And you know what? I just realized I did not change out the episode title for D Live, and actually I think it's wrong on Twitch as well. I'm just all fucked up today. But I appreciate everybody joining on whatever platform. Eventually, I want to be on Odyssey. I know Rippa's streaming. I think Salty Cracker, I think they're letting the bigger channel stream as they test and get everything up and running. You got to be patient. Technology doesn't work like that, especially for a lot, smaller platforms. And if we want these platforms to survive and overtake the YouTubes and the Twitters, and, that's a daunting task. We're going to have to kind of bear with it. But as I do that, it looks like my D Live is updated, or it's going to be updated as it saves. And it is cool. And I need to get into my still saying the wrong thing. D Live. There we go. That's a good D Live. I also want to get into my super chats. You guys have kept this channel monetized without it being monetized. So in case somebody is feeling generous, the stream elements, we're using stream elements instead of stream labs now. So please feel free to super chat through stream elements. If that's your thing, and if it's not, then hey, no love lost. No love lost. I appreciate anybody being here. There's only 2 or 3 people in the YouTube chat. So not so many people. Interesting. I have my never had my transition audio play. I had to test that out a bit more. Blitz. No, I do not have my superhero license. Like I said, citizen anonymous journalist. No, anonymous citizen journalist. So not technically superhero. Got to think about the technicalities and the loopholes. Blitz. Need help from Al Gore. He made the internet. That's why they call him Al Gore Rhythms. That's not really why they call him that, by the way. Need a producer of the show. You should talk to our overlord Jeremy. Yeah, he is the producer of everyone's show, right? Hell, Anthroparion, who was a day one. Anthroparion's been there since like 20 subs. So I appreciate Anthroparion. The Wake Down, just another red shirt. He's not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt. I appreciate Blitzx on Twitch. It's always cool when we have somebody from Twitch or D Live show up. Anybody else? Looks like that's it. I know notifications are fucked, which I guess a bunch of YouTubers are going to be complaining about. So yeah, because as much as I love having 4 people, I usually have a bit more. I was getting used to having the 20s a few weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, we're growing, and it's like, nope. Back to reality. Up there goes gravity. So I will go ahead and use the Twitter, so to speak, even though I'm a Twitter boomer. To reality. Up there goes gravity. Double audio either and get Inception because of the damn audio. But I'll go ahead and tweet this out. Hopefully somebody who didn't get a notification. Even though I hate Twitter and I use it so little, and I actually shouldn't encourage people to use that. Use Minds if you want to get in contact with me. But I need people to see. Live right now. I don't even know how to make a catchy tweet. I don't. I just live right now. Who cares? I mean, I am the worst marketer on God's green earth. Why I'm not? All right, all that housekeeping this here. Let me just kind of give my spiel, so to speak. Yeah, who doesn't love Brutal Morning Wood? Sometimes you have Brutal Morning Wood, and shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Brutal Morning Wood. Hell, and hell, Fenrir, the Ice Wolf, with another episode. That's always cool when you guys do that. Yeah, I do the lurking and working. So I was actually lurking and working, and then just got called into meet. So that was cool. It was cool. So shout out, Wake Down say he went over. That's dope. And actually, you know what? We're going to open up a story I just found out about from me. And you know what's interesting? I have this Cleveland Indians hat, right? And this hat, you know, I need to get a few more because they're getting rid of this guy. He's got to go. Same with the Washington football team. The Redskins, they got to go, right? You know, we want to be sensitive to Native American tribes. Okay. Even though sometimes, you know, I think they'd like to break, you know, there's a lot of tribes they didn't want all this shit to happen. Whatever. Let's be sensitive to them like we were sensitive to everybody but Uncle Ben, who wasn't never a slave and not depicted as a slave, just a chef. And your mama, you had a little bit more leeway, but still, she, you know, didn't have to consider her a slave. But anytime a black person does anything slavery, whatever. So, anyways, back to the Native American. Can't do him. No, he's wrong. He's bad. But they don't have the image up. Where is it? You're not getting away with it. Here we go. So I got the Uprocks article I got. Shout out to, I think Paulie sent it. But yeah, so this bad. This is okay though. This is the new Captain America. So in my opinion, we should sell this. Hey, Wake Down, appreciate it. Shout out to your audience. I appreciate all the shouts out. Speaking of which, feel free to like and share this stream. Sharing is caring. You have to share, especially in a day and age where Twitter, well, not Twitter, because I don't have any beef with Twitter. I don't use it enough. But YouTube is doing something with the algorithm. There's no guarantee this channel will ever be monetized if not for you guys and your support. So, hey, everybody doesn't have money. A like and a share goes a long way. So please, if you can, share the stream. And I appreciate Wait Now shouting out the stream. It's close to transition from Wild Boar. Let's see. Save the hat. They're going to get rid of it. And you know what? Buy one from me and I'll buy it from you. A Cleveland Indians hat. I mean, yeah, I'll get a few of those. I need to get a few of them. I need to get a few. What's your hat size, man? I'm going to say these days, my age, I'll give myself the nickname sporadic random twig. What do you guys think about Captain Native America, Joe Gomez? I mean, it looks kind of like Tatanka from wrestling in the 90s, WWF at the time in the 90s. Really, we should kind of no-sell this. I'm not going to talk too much about this stuff because the whole point of this is rage bait. The whole point of this entire Captain America series, we had gay homeless Captain America and lesbian sort of fat woman of color Captain America, and now Captain Native America. They're not really comics. They're not here because there are people who are trying to genuinely sell comics to other people or make comics that people want. Maybe you can argue because the gay Pride one is coming out during Pride Month. There's some marketing synergy there. Outside of that, this is not for marketing purposes. This is for rage bait because the comics don't sell enough. Even when they're good, they still are selling max 40, 50K, which is cool. But we talk about they used to sell millions in the 80s, early 90s, 80s, 70s, and such, and even hundreds of thousands in the 2000s, in the 90s. But yeah, this is okay, but the Indians hat is bad, exactly, or the Redskins hat. It's like, okay, it's only okay for them to be racist. I guess we're saying the hat. Oh man, what's this femur? All right, saw this. And wild boar is head wiggle, head. It's head wiggle, head wiggle, grunt, snort, kick, dirt, fart, flop on the ground. I'm lost. If I'm being honest, it's the least offensive Captain America they released in months. That's it. I think this is more offensive. I thought actually Black Woman. I thought she was the least offensive because she was just there are genuinely black girls like her. See the author and the artist, because I felt like she was an amalgamation between both of them as a self-insert. First I thought it was just the author, but you kind of see them both kind of mushed up in that design. But design, everyone got mad about the one leg. I didn't think that was as bad. This is so ridiculous. It looks like a joke. It looks honestly like a joke, but it shows what they think. Fun fact, Captain America already had a Native American sidekick. His name was Black Condor before Falcon. He was the one supposed to take the shield, so a black man stole it from an Indian man. So they always like pitting groups against each other. So that happens. They decry racist icons and proceed to dish up even more racist characters. Absolutely. Yeah, for Black Film Cat. I thought she wasn't. I mean, she was still goofy, but it wasn't as bad. So he says, thinks his name was Black Condor. Can't remember. Let's see. Then that gives me a little time. Check D Live. Looks like no one in D Live. That's cool. Let's see. Black Condor. This I don't knock. Me being able to type drawbacks. No, Black Condor looks like he's a DC character. So you must have got that mixed up. So I'm not sure who you're talking about, Fimmer. It looks like Black Condor is DC. Even still, back to this. Back to Joe Gomez. He's a member of the Kickapoo tribe, created by geoscientists and Lipan Apache writer Darcy Little Badger and Uapu Makimak. I apologize for destroying those names. Lay my head on my heart. First Nation artist David J. Cutler. The hero will debut in August in the United States of Captain America number 3. Oh no, it's just more woke garbage. That's what a lot of this says. Oh, Jids. It's so bad. Only a woman could have designed it. Some people might say. I like that. Some people might say. Very sneaky is. So actually, this is the person that designed it. Do not. You know what? Let me get the shit ready. We listen.
Stand away, all of you. I don't want anything for his mob lawyer to use. You understand?
Don't contact or harass these people. Apparently, everyone's already blocked anyway. You're probably already blocked, depending on who you follow on the Twitter. But this is Darcy Little Badger. This is so a woman actually did design it, but it was also a guy too, a guy. And actually, the guy, when you looked at his art, like we'll get that later. We'll get there. Can I get back? So like this doesn't look good, but like the guy can actually draw. This David Cutler, he can draw. He just chose. He chose not to. Chose not to. They got kung fu slippers. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Look at this. Can I zoom? That's not gonna work. Let's see. You guys get to see me boomer things up. Let me do this off camera. Open image, new tab. Such a fucking boomer. Thank you guys for dealing with my boomer shit. All right. Okay. Yeah, those are the slippers. I wish I had the damn Black Panther. Like, what are those? Like, what is this? There's a close-up on the costume. Has a 70s look. Yeah, that's what we have. And yep, Jens, he knew it. Exactly. Yeah, the leg warmers. There you go. Yeah, wow. Hell, a common idiot. Appreciate you being here, bud. Appreciate you being here. Yep, that's what we have. That's Captain America. But again, like I said, when we had the Black Captain America of color, or whatever the hell she was, and the gay homeless Captain America, and I'm not saying that to be disparaging. That's how they were portrayed. He was the Captain America of the rail cars. He looked like, in my opinion, he was designed to look like a heroin addict. And these things are not meant. They're not even meant for the audience they're meant for. They're meant to piss us off. Your Ultimate Warrior status. You know what? I have an Ultimate Warrior-esque. I need to switch it out. Ultimate Warrior-esque logo. But yeah, this is it's meant to piss us off. It's meant to troll us. It's not meant for something good. This is not authentic. This is not authentic. And that's what we have to remember. Like, I'm starting to get tired personally of the just like, oh my God, this is some woke idiot did something dumb. And we can make fun of it. Feel free to make fun of this design. And again, this logo, he's bad. But this is woke approved. What do you do? He looks like he's about to hit 10 Burning Man 2021. Well, no, he would have to have his mask on for that. How low was his sperm count? Below 100 must be classed as a woman. Some people might say, oh, no, it's just another red shirt. Just another red shirt's leaving. I didn't notice that. Oh, he has a friend coming over for dinner. So, he'll be leaving at the top of the hour. So we got another 15 minutes of just another red shirt in the chat. I appreciate him being here. Let's see. Let's get up to current stuff. You see Jens. I see everyone just saying hi to each other. Okay, I just see people saying hi to each other and buy it's a red shirt and everything. Is Wait Down leaving too? Oh no, common idiot. It's cool. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Appreciate everyone's support. All right. So from one woke dumpster fire to another, the title track to this album we're calling a live stream, Searching for a Black Superman. So, behind Warner Brothers' search for a Black Superman, as you know, you see Black Superman right here. You don't need to search any further. After enlisting Ta-Nehisi Coates to write the latest feature on the superhero, the studio is searching for its director and star as it kicks off the next phase of its DC universe. I have a hot take. Maybe it's a lukewarm take. I think this is going to be very difficult. I don't think any actor on earth wants to be what we just saw. Whatever Nighthawk's name was, Joe Gomez. Nobody wants to be a purse puppy, man. That was clear what Michael B. Jordan said. The last thing on earth he wants to be is the Black Superman. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that branding. Nobody wants. I joked earlier with sorry, wrong thing. What was my man name? Blitz, I believe. And I mispronounced it. Yeah, he says is this Invincible cosplay. And I joked, hey, they're so terrible about with these characters. We can't have our own original characters. We can only have hand-me-down characters. So I had to create my own superhero. I'm only half joking. And again, I'm not a superhero. I'm not a citizen journalist for legal purposes. But that's neither here nor there. This is not going to be good. And I don't think they're going to find anybody. So let's get into this dumpster fire. While promoting, they're actually going to talk about Michael B. Jordan. While promoting Amazon Prime film Tom Clancy's Without Remorse, which I heard is not that good, Michael B. Jordan put a kryptonite pin in any rumors he might suit up as Warner Brothers' next Superman. He says, I'm flattered to people have me end that conversation. It's definitely a compliment, but I'm just watching on this one. And they're not going to put the whole, they have the link, but he was very hesitant to do Superman. He doesn't want to be Superman. He wants to be Static Shock or Icon. And I can't blame him. I want him to be Static Shock or Icon. He said maybe Calvin Ellis, but he'd rather not try to do a Black Clark Kent. And, you know, as we get into this woke, we use the term woke, right? Anytime we race swap things. I was thinking about, and some of you guys, if Red Shirt's still here, maybe old enough to remember The Wiz. If you don't, it was a 70s version of The Wizard of Oz, black version, and it included Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, and it was still a musical, and it was actually good. I saw it as a kid, and I really liked it. Now, granted, it had Michael fucking Jackson and Diana Ross in their fucking prime singing original songs, so that had a lot to do with it. And I guess that's the point. If you're going to do something like this, you have to actually have an original idea. And unfortunately they do. But it's not going to be good. Let's see. I hope I'm not going to get jumped or anything. So Mother's Day stuff with the fam. I will talk about them. Yeah, The Wiz. Yes, The Wiz. He's on down the road. It was really popular, right? Yeah. The Wiz, even Jens remembers The Wiz. So yeah, it can be done. You can take a property, do a race swap, and make it interesting. But we're talking about the 70s. It's 50 years ago, or 40 years ago, whatever it is. It's been 50 almost, 45. Whenever I think Wiz came out in 77, 45 years. They don't, you did used to have stuff like that. You joke about the blaxploitation era, but there were some very interesting ideas. This isn't going to happen. Yeah, Finn was right. This is going to fail hard. What in the hell is Warner Brothers thinking? Are they just trying to be the MCU, be your own thing? DC used the guys. Marvel was the men that wanted to be the guys. Yeah. They're not going to do that. They want their own Black Panther, not realizing Black Panther was lightning in a bottle. They could. Marvel's not going to get another Black Panther, especially without Chadwick Boseman. And honestly, I think even if Chadwick Boseman was alive and well, and rest in peace to the brother, I think they were going to go to the MCU anyway. And Shuri and Stream Brand. I cannot forget his guard, the female security guards that because women were the only reason Black Panther was able to be successful in his own movie. So that was the direction they're going to go, regardless of Chadwick being alive. That's my opinion. So I don't think they're going to get another Black Panther, even in Marvel. So the fact that they're just trying to do this and they don't use, hey, you got Jon Stewart right here. You got Jon Stewart. Hell, people, you may joke, it's Batman. He just bit the dust. People joke about Steel because of how it was in the 90s. I think that's all the reason to do a reboot. You can reboot Steel if you wanted to, because he hasn't been touched. He hasn't been touched in 20 years, plus 30 years almost, 97, 24, 25 years, whatever it's been. And so you can come at him with fresh eyes, maybe have a cameo from Shaq if you want, and completely reboot this property. Because it had such a bad start, you have, what am I trying to say? A blank canvas with Steel to work from. Cyborg you use, but you're not going to use him again. We'll get into the Snyder cut a little bit later. But there's other options if you want to get into, and I hate to say woke. It's a fucking sad thing when I do like Black people and Black characters, right? I want to see them done well. I don't want to see them as hand-me-down superheroes. I mean, it's a shame that anytime I was like, oh, we're going to do a black version of this, it's like, oh, God. I really wish I could get excited. I wish they could create the Wiz. If you're going to do it, do the damn Wiz. Be good. Sheesh. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Now I should get into the article. My money is on Image comic IPs. Maybe video games, TV, movie, maybe a similar expansion like Disney was supposed to do with the trilogy. I would like to see fucking Spawn. I heard Spawn went through the woke ringer of that script. Like they had a script and they're like, oh, it's not woke enough, which actually also happened with WandaVision and Doctor Strange. Wasn't woke enough, got rewritten. So yeah, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's SJW, man. Warner Brothers also did this to erase Cavill and kill the Snyderverse. Yeah, they did release it on Cavill's birthday, Midnight Edge, Midnight's Edge After Dark. He believes that it was coordinated. I can't say that it wasn't, right? With these studios, you have to definitely think that. I do think this is something, because they've been pushing this back and forth, a lot over the past few weeks. It wasn't like, pinpointed, but when they realized, oh, his birthday's coming up, yeah, we're going to definitely toss some news out on that day. But I also think this is part of the cycle, because they need someone to play. They need someone to play Clark Kent. I don't think it's going to happen. Make sure to tell people they have to look up the computer so there's a show pull up iOS. I'm not sure you guys are mid conversation, so I'll get out of it. Yeah, it had Michael Jackson in it. Everyone from the 80s know about it, seen a lot of me. Not bad considering the project at hand. Yeah. The Wiz, I get it had Michael Jackson. So yeah, in the 80s, even if you hadn't seen it in the 70s, it got popular in the 80s because it was 4 or 5 years. Maybe a few years before Off the Wall. I think it was like 2 or 3 years before Off the Wall. And at that point, he was a superstar from ever. Then, of course, Thriller. The 2004 Battlestar Galactica reboot put off a number of gender and race swaps and canonical retcons, and nobody cared because the writing was well done. It didn't imply that its audience would have access powers. So that's really what it boils down to. If you do something well, people will accept it. Didn't know that. Appreciate you letting me know. Talking about the conversation you guys are having. Stream Elements bot, spamming everybody. Yeah, sub to Odyssey. All right. Let's read some of this. I'll see how long this thing is. We're not reading all this shit. Hopefully we can get to the part where it says Clark Kent. Let's get to it. Okay. A whole new guessing game is kicked off saying who will play the Man of Steel, and arguably more pressing, who will direct. Sources say J.J. Abrams, who's producing the film, is not among the many possibilities being considered. But when Warner announced in February that celebrated author, that's cute, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I do want to pronounce it. People make fun of his name. That kind of makes me uncomfortable. I don't like making fun of people's names, man. I don't like fucking. My name is my name. Your name is your name. Ta-Nehisi Coates. If mom call him Ta-Nehisi, I'm gonna call him Ta-Nehisi. Is writing a screenplay and Abrams is producing. It did not address the matter of helming as far as who was going to direct it. But insiders say Warner and DC are committed to hiring a black director to tackle what will be the first cinematic incarnation of Superman featuring a black actor, with one source putting Abrams at the helm would be tone deaf. What if the directors feel similar to Michael B. Jordan? They want Ryan Coogler or probably, what's the guy? Get Out. Key and Peele, Jordan Peele. They probably want someone like that. Jordan Peele probably is the only one who'll do it. I don't think any other black director that's worth a damn wants to be the black Superman director, because when it's a bomb and it's a complete disaster, it's going to be all on them. So who the fuck would want that? In a fitting twist, the director search is pitting DC against none other than Marvel, as Warner looks to fill a Superman vacancy. Marvel's at the hunt for a Blade director, say Helmer, combing through the same list. But the question will come down to what kind of filmmaker bad reboot and Warner want. An up-and-comer who can be backed by Abrams, who knows the ways around tentpole franchises, or an established filmmaker like a Barry Jenkins or Ryan Coogler. It's going to have to be an up-and-comer. Nobody who's established is going to do it. They're not. They're just. I'm not going to say that entirely, but I highly doubt it unless they get the bag, unless they get a lot of money for it. So the list includes Creed 2. Okay, so basically, same director who Superman. I'm looking for the part where. Okay, here we go. The Superman films appears to be moving onto its own track and won't be part of the universe because they're doing a multiverse thing. They're trying to get rid of the Snyderverse, but they're also trying to keep the Snyderverse at the same time because they're keeping a lot of the same actors. So it makes no sense. THR tell Coates that sources tell the Hollywood Reporter that Coates is crafting a Kal-El in the vein of the original Superman comics and will have the protagonist hail from Krypton, come from Earth. While the story is currently being crafted and many details could change, one option under consideration is for the film to be a 20th century period piece. So expect Superman going back to the early 20s to tackle racism. That's what this movie's going to be. And that's what we're headed for. That's really what all I really wanted to get to is a lot of fluff and this is the greatest thing ever and what are they going to do? And it talks about the Flash fiasco and really DC and Warner Brothers is kind of, a mess. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Just as JJ is pure shit. He is. I think Red Shirt's leaving. Red Shirt. I know he said at the top of the hour. It's basically the top of the hour. So, yeah, they don't like they were forced to make the Snyder cut. It's weird because I don't see how they're going to make money with all their ideas. But I don't give a fuck Zack Snyder. We'll get into Zack Snyder's bitch ass. Why do they all want to be Wakanda? If you think about it, Wakanda is super shoddy and bad morality rise. So why no black person that is saying gives a shit and believes it to be true? Only the crazy. A lot of people love the Wakanda thing because they get so the we're not nothing and here's us looking good. They get so the victim narrative, the defeatist narrative. Man, people, I've never been worried about white supremacy, but black inferiority frightens me, man. Put your hand up for the road, Vig. Might get some might get some scenes with Gal Gadot. She can sing. My goal will be trying to make her sing. After Perry, President Superman in one. Nah, let's race kit swap Kal-El. Maybe Obama will play. Who knows? Superman with lens flare, the movie. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of lens flare on top of all that. They asked Michael B. Jordan what he thought about it. He made it sound like he wasn't interested, like he knew there would be flack. Of course, I'm sure he'll change his tune if he signs a contract. The only way they're going to get a Michael B. Jordan is if they pay a lot of money, or a A-lister. The only way they're getting A-listers is if they pay the premium, because I think it's not just flack, man. This movie's not going to make money. Like, Superman's a dead property. Fuck. There's no guarantee a Henry Cavill Superman movie will make money. I think it will. I do after Godzilla versus Kong, after the Snyder Cut, after Mortal Kombat, even, the triumphant, the three-headed monster that Warner Brothers came out to basically save their company this year. I do think a Superman with Henry Cavill should make money if it existed, right? But there's no guarantee. I don't think Henry Cavill's played Superman yet. I also don't think Superman is as interesting as a property because every fucking 5 seconds you have The Boys or Invincible or Injustice or something else telling you how to deconstruct the Superman and morals are bad, man, and we're all morally gray, man, and this era needs a Superman desperately, but it's too fucking nihilistic to create him. So on top of the race, woke, all this, we have a property that is, in my opinion, in disarray. This logo used to be the premier comic book logo and one of the top 3 to 5 most recognizable nerd logos or logos in general on the planet. It hasn't been since the 90s. Maybe the Death of Superman, which is a hugely popular arc and widely beloved, but I think that had a negative impact, so to speak. It was a positive, but negative. It was almost like a what they say in wrestling, hot shotting, where you burn the crowd out. You give them something that's so popular, beloved, something they love so much they can never reach it again. People think that's what happened with the 90s in wrestling. That's a tangent. Oh, yeah, by the way, fuck AEW. Go fuck yourself. I still fucking hate you. I need to get my P.O. box so I can challenge this shit. Because they have AEW has a copyright struck, which is also going to fuck up the notifications on top of everything. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. What are you guys talking about? Oh, nothing new. It's okay. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be successful. So no black actor, no black director. They're not looking like, I get that these wokies think that we don't love ourselves. And unfortunately, a lot of people on this planet, regardless of race, don't. But like, I'm not looking for a handout. And you know who else isn't? Michael B. Jordan or Ryan Coogler. They don't want a handout character or a handout film that is going to fail. It's going to fail. Not because a black Superman couldn't actually be successful. I actually think you could make it work if you wanted to, but they don't want to. They want a virtue signal. They want to piss off the right people, and they want to make less money. And that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. They could try Supertran, says Anthroparian. A female reporter turns into Superman. I've never heard of that. If General Zod is still white, BLM is going to do some peaceful riots. I don't know. During the day, Supertran could be doing a story hour at primary schools, maybe. Yeah, AEW, another excessive waste. They are the moistest bitches company. The fact that they went after a bunch of, because it wasn't just my channel, they went through a bunch of small channels because they criticized them. This is the second time they did this year. They struck a bunch of channels. They're trying to yeet channels because how dare you criticize how shitty of a company they are. Another excessive waste. And AEW is a cautionary tale for us. That's why I even brought those idiots up. They're a cautionary tale. We talk about how evil these and stupid and terrible these fucking companies are. And eventually we are going to have to create or support someone who creates, whether it's, if Gina, I think Gina is not going back to Disney. So if it's Gina and the Daily Wire, if it's Mr. H and his projects, whoever it is, if it's somebody who we don't know, I know comics wants to do something, I know culture wants to do something as far as movies, we're going to have to create our own stuff, and we're going to have to market our own stuff, and we're going to have to be the bosses eventually. But do not live long enough to see yourself become the villain like AEW. I would hate to be a critic and talk all this shit about properties, and then when it comes from my property, be criticized, be a little bitch, and start trying to yeet people for just criticizing it. That's fuckery. And so everyone, don't become the villain. You know what I mean? And yeah, I would love, again, oh, he fell. No, John. John Stewart Green Lantern right here with the little lantern, the little Mego style stuff, which I'm trying to get more. I love this style. I need to open these. But yeah, I would love John Stewart Green Lantern. Wasn't he awesome in fucking Justice League Unlimited? He was the only character that got, oh, it keeps falling off. They don't want you anymore, John. They want a black Superman. But he was the only character that had continuous relationships. He had like multiple girlfriends, a kid. He had like a whole arc of stuff going around. He was like really cool. He was one of the main characters. And he was great in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. He was complex. We'll never get that. We'll never get that. And a lot of people grew up with him as their not Superman, their John Stewart. I mean, as their Green Lantern, as I get flustered. Indeed. Yeah, MCCP Shiyu. I like that. That's what Odin says. There is that. You know what? I didn't even talk about the Lex Luthor can't be anything but a white male. Obviously. Oh, let me get to this. You know, in the future, some companies are going to stop hiring black people because of woke shit like this. Absolutely. If it hasn't happened already. I remember a story of a friend trying to get to work at a studio, but they were scared, not because he was black, because they were afraid he was going to bring his political BS. So, yeah, to represent us, they destroyed our chances. I am worried about that, too, because I'm looking for another job. And I've been on interviews, and I worry about that, man. I worry about that. We need a good Steel movie. The first Steel was bleed. Yeah, it was not good. It's kind of a good bad movie, though. Before I turned on my camera the very first time, I came to terms with the fact that haters exist. I didn't think I could deal with that. I wouldn't have started trying to do this. Yeah, I get I have videos that have been downvoted to shit. I have the MGTOW video and actually a video on Hawkman. Both been downvoted to shit. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. And you know what? Criticize me so I can get better. I want to get better, man. I don't want to be shitty. That's what makes it so sad about AEW. Who wants to just be stagnated? And I'm going to do a video on the ratings. I don't know if they were good or bad. I'll do that separately because there's just so much stuff on this podcast. I can't get to all of it. Speaking of podcasts, I want to talk about a different podcast or a different media group, one that I enjoy quite a bit. And some of you might enjoy. I'm not sure if Gomer Kyle's here. He's a black and white sports fan. One of their bigger, I don't know if competitors, but compadres more so is Outkick. Outkick the coverage formerly. And Fox has acquired Clay Travis's Outkick Media, a sports and culture news site. I don't know how I feel about this. And I get the show it's this Trump thing because the whole news industry is feeling a Trump dump, so to speak. We won't get through too much of this article because it's paywall for the Wall Street Journal, but we'll get it through enough for me to give my spiel on it. Fox Corp said it agreed to acquire Outkick Media, a news outlet focused on sports, politics, and culture that was founded by provocateur. I don't know if he's that. Clay Travis. I actually give my take on Clay Travis a little bit. While best known for his irreverent takes on sports news, in recent years, Outkick Media has featured more content focused on political and social issues, often with a right-leaning viewpoint, which is in sync with Fox News opinion programming. Fox News and Outkick Media already have ties. Fox Sports Radio is the home of Mr. Travis's national daily broadcast. In addition, Mr. Travis is a regular on Fox Sports 1 cable channel. Clay and his team have quickly made Outkick content a powerhouse with a large, loyal, and engaged audience. We expect the synergies presented across Fox's existing portfolio of assets will turbocharge this exciting business. Fox Corp Executive Chairman and Chief Executive Lachlan Murdoch, I'm assuming related to the Murdoch empire who ran and owned Fox. I'm not sure about Fox's ownership because that whole Fox thing is really fuzzy to me. That notwithstanding, Outkick, for financial purposes, congratulations, Clay Travis, brother. This is about protecting your family, funding your family. I know he has kids. I know obviously Outkick has been added for years. This past year, during the pandemic, they added Jason Whitlock as a shareholder and a contributor for a good 6 or 7 months, which actually definitely helped raise the profile before he went on to do what he's doing independently. So in one way, it's a very cool thing. I'm not a fan of Fox News at all. At all. I think they're just trash. I think all the news organizations are trash for different reasons. And I'm a little sad at the same time, because you do wonder, it's like, do you know what you just did? I know you think Fox News, there are a lot of people, I know even a lot of you guys are buying the conservative liberal binary. That's not how it really is. That's how it's presented. Everything's presented through the right and left lens of politics, but that's not really it. Fox News is just another shield company that just gives you the right talking points, the right leaning talking points. And I actually thought what made Outkick good is that they were more common sense. And because of how left things have moved, they're pushing the right by the shift more so than actually being right wing to me. And honestly, I really think, and I like Clay Travis a lot, but I really think his sports takes can be kind of vanilla. They're better than ESPN because they actually, are on sports. He does talk about politics. When he talks about sports, he actually talks about sports from like the sports perspective. But they can be very vanilla. And I honestly, again, think he's not really a provocateur. He's just a basic, he's a basic common sense, free thinking individual. And because of the current climate, he's been made into someone edgy. I know he does he does try to feed his hater thing, which that's his business. I'm not a tear drinker. Let's own the libs, let's own the Trump tards. By the way, isn't it crazy? I just started this thought because of the I'll tell the story a little later. Well, I'll tell the story now. Sorry, ADD. I had a ex coworker who called me the other day, and we were talking about a lot of stuff related to our industry. And he's a brother. I talked about this yesterday. He's a brother. He's an immigrant brother. I'm not gonna say where he's from, but it's in his name, and he gets a lot of shit looking for other jobs himself. And I do feel for that, right? But he's really like an anti-Trump guy. He doesn't listen to Kanye because of Trump. And he said something about one of his old bosses being like, can you believe this guy is like half Japanese? He likes Trump. And if I would have said, man, I voted for him too, it would have broke his spirit. It is crazy to me that people still have this like anger, not just anger. Like there are people actually scared of Trump supporters. And I was thinking, it's hilarious to me. Gab is sending out things. Why won't Trump join our site? Like, you guys are hilarious. All the little old ladies with like MAGA hats, and you're like afraid of these people. That's just hilarious to me. But anyways, that was a completely worthless tangent, I guess, or pointless relative to what I was talking about. I mean, not really, because it goes to show that controversy, what passes for controversial nowadays, has been shifted. With all this said, I think selling to Fox could hurt his brand, just from the standpoint of I think they're going to damage his brand by what they allow him to say. I don't look at Fox as a free speech platform. I look at them as a paint by numbers, sometimes, neocon leaning gibberish box that a lot of people liked because they like Tucker, who's just a neocon shill who poses as a populist, and because CNN is so bad, this would provide a good alternative, even though they've turned on whatever free thought is. So I think he'll be censored. I think he's so. I hope I'm wrong though. I hope he is allowed to say what he wants to say. I don't think he's actually that provocative. I don't think he has to totally destroy what he's done to fit in a more corporate narrative, but I think it could hurt his brand somewhat. We will see. So let's see what you guys are talking about. You guys don't here. That was actually pretty good. They'll consider proposal series. I'll check it out. And just like that, they're not cool anymore. I don't blame people for selling out. It's a national progression. Time to form a new chill spot for sports. Oh yeah, sports wars. I think I love black and white sports. I love black and white sports. No disrespect to sports wars. In case Ryan Connell, who has showed up in the chat before, I like black and white sports a lot. John Matrix has the coolest voice. Rhodes rants. They're just so fucking perfect. They're so fucking perfect. I love black and white sports with a passion. I love them with a passion. So I don't know. I lean conservative, but I still like movies from super liberals like Joss Whedon, Robert De Niro. Liberals cannot separate politics from entertainment. A lot of them can. That's something to remember too. We, especially in this culture war shit, get so caught up on thinking everyone who's not us is the opposition. There are like just liberals who are just like linos. You know what I mean? Liberals in name only. There's people who are just, voting liberal because that's what they're told to do, but they don't really care about politics that much. They're just like, yeah, am I supposed to do BLM? Yeah, BLM. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, okay, whatever you guys want. This is not offensive. And they're not really, they don't care. They just want something good. The brand's dead in the grave insanity. RIP, no worries. The next batter will step up to the plate and home run for the non-corporate rebels. Hey, just like what I said with the possibility for Gina, which I don't think is going to happen because the Bear Grylls thing. And I'm like, maybe I may talk about that. I have plenty of time, actually. So you can talk about a bunch of subjects, not to bore everybody off. But I don't begrudge anyone, like was said earlier, with Tupac, who's out on bail, fresh out of jail. You know what happened when you signed with Suge. It didn't go so well. Had to, die and use ghost powers to be resurrected just to get in this chat. When you sign on the dotted line, Dave Chappelle talked about, he had to, when you sign that contract, you rather or not you're literally selling your soul to the Illuminati, you are selling your soul to an extent. You are giving up a part of your power, a part of what you are. Wake Down does have some funny vids. And Wake Down, yes. Matt said yes. So I'm going to send you the PNG that you were looking for. So we can he's our own Perry Chan. I've adopted him. I'm taking him before Gary takes him. We need our own Perry Chan. It is the Wake Down. So I appreciate the wait, though. He's awesome. So what's just another man shirt? This is I believe it's the company that owns Fox News. I get so fucking confused on that, though. I believe I get confused because yes, the Fox thing is such a craziness because 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney, but then Fox News was split into, there was a Fox News section, and then there's the Fox Sports sections, which I believe they were trying to sell off, like Fox Sports Midwest or Fox Sports Pacific, whatever. I don't know. It just says Fox Corp, and it says in sync with Fox News opinion programming. So I believe it's the Fox News section, but your guess is as good as mine. I'm not a corporate lawyer, and I am not sure about that split up. It still confuses me to this day. So yeah, I think we're not begrudging people. We're not mad at them. Hey, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him and his kids and his family. They get to enjoy a lot more money. They get to live more comfortably, and his hard work has paid off. This is what he wanted to do. I don't begrudge anyone for selling a company they've worked on for a decade. I'll Kick the Coverage has been around that long, which I didn't know. I didn't really know of them. I heard that name, but didn't really know of them until this past year. I'll just be honest. But yeah, I unfortunately we lost another voice. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope I'm wrong. So what else do we got here? Oh, yeah, everybody's favorite. Bree started the very same week as Vigilante Williamson on YouTube. I did not get instantly monetized with hundreds of thousands of subs, though. But shout out to the 400 subs. Shout out to the people in the chat. Oh, I have not checked my D Live. I don't want to leave the D Live oven on. Doesn't look like anyone's there. I wish Captain Cheesecake or Day We Remember was there. We have 12 followers. Only one viewer. That's probably me. But shout out to the D Live and shout out to Twitch if you're still here. We had Blitz earlier in the Twitch. But yeah, Favor says never sign contracts with Hollywood unless you know you can control them. And hell, look at what's happening with the Predator. They signed a contract with 20th Century Fox, and they're having trouble getting their property back. We have other people who signed contracts with Disney, and they're having trouble getting the money they owe. I just saw something said something about Death Row. Maybe Pac would know this. DJ Quick is trying to get his royalties from Death Row and from other labels. He wasn't just Death Row. He was talking about Interscope as far as Dr. Dre and all these other songs he had helped out with and provided work on and made sounds for and didn't get paid. And he got like $188 royalty check and he set it on fire because he was so pissed. Even if you sign a contract, there's no guarantee he's going to be honored. But if you're willing to do what she's willing to do for Kevin Feige, you're still going to get your fucking movie turned into the Marvels. Yes, Captain Marvel 2 does not fucking exist because Bree, even in an MCU era where they are going whamming, she's getting slightly kicked to the curb. Now, let's be honest. You know, since Shazam in the box, this is Captain Marvel. This is Captain Marvel. Actually, no, let me do the big hit screen. Right here. Billy Batson says Shazam, but that's Captain Marvel. That's the true Captain Marvel. I remember when that was the only Captain. Well, it wasn't the only, but that was, we called them both Captain Marvel. And that was Marvel or Monica Rambeau, I think, actually. But no. They made it a whammon because she was able to back that. She doesn't have a thing. It's just backed in legs. But she was able to back whatever that is up on Kevin Feige. Allegedly, these are alleged thoughts that I don't have any evidence to prove. But that's the rumor. And another rumor is claiming that Marvel Studios is changing the name from Captain Marvel 2 to the Marvels. Marvel Studio, and it's probably going to introduce Miss Marvel. Marvel Studio and the company's head, Kevin Feige, previously called the film Captain Marvel 2 during Disney Investor Day 2020. In their presentation, stated the fact about Miss Marvel is her idol is Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel 2 is currently in the works with director Nia DaCosta. And today I'm proud to announce that Miss Marvel will be played by Iman, joining Brie Larson and co-starring Captain Marvel 2, along with a grown-up Monica Rambeau, played by Tiana Paris, who you will already have met in the upcoming WandaVision. Obviously, she is in there. So you start getting this sense of interconnected. Isn't this funny? So by now you should start getting a sense of the interconnectedness that infuses all of our storytelling. But just yesterday we were talking about how Kevin Feige said he doesn't want these movies to just be a advertisement for the next movie, which isn't, you Hollywood shill. Anyways, here we go. Captain Marvel 2, Blase Splee. But as we see in the video, the film is not called Captain Marvel 2 anymore. It's called The Marvels and will come out November 11th, 2022. Marvel has not released an official reason as to why the name of the film was changed. However, a rumor from Drew Deesh, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, Deesh, from Giant Freaking Robot, claims it has to do with Brie Larson. I've heard rumors about Brie Larson being terrible, because like just terrible to deal with, and therefore like pissing people off. You guys remember the interview series where she was like really, it was kind of bitchy, and everyone kind of looked at her like she was crazy. On top of this, I don't think Captain Marvel really made $1 billion. I think that was Hollywood magic. I think they paid for a lot of those tickets. And they know that. Even if we don't, even if they were able to fudge it, they know it didn't make money. They know it cost more money than it made. And they know this is not going to be a success, or it's going to take a little help. Maybe a Spider-Man in this movie. Miss Marvel was supposed to be in this movie. Obviously, Monica Rambeau. This is the MCU cornerstone, but I don't think they like Brie Larson, and it wouldn't shock me if Monica Rambeau replaces her. I genuinely think that may happen. This is without reading the rumor. I have not read this yet. Real quick before getting into this, Tupac Shakur talking about DJ Quick. Says DJ Quick, aka David Blake, is not going to get the Proceed bag. He didn't even perform most of his production under DJ Quick. While at Death Row, he was still under a ruthless contract and had to go by David Blake. Ugh, that sounds awful. I believe you. So he couldn't. Good luck. Brie, the stiff boy Larson, deserves to be destroyed. She's not deserved the title of Marvel, which belongs to Billy Batson. Agreed. Only thing figured, I really think Feige and Larson did something. Feige does one out. Yeah. Me too. But real quick, I'm going to get to what Tupac said first quick. But you know what? I don't hate Brie Larson as much as everyone does. I honestly don't get why everyone hates her. I don't get it. She hasn't shat on someone's bed. She just has no ass, and she looks kind of like she stinks. She says, "Look at the stink looking face. She just looks so. She has no body. She doesn't even look this good because she kind of has the mom arm thinking. I mean, she's not that attractive or talented. She's annoying. I get it, but she's not like the worst thing ever. It's not like she's not as bad as Pedro Pascal. Nowhere near as bad." Tupac talking about DJ Quick. Great dude, though. Good friend of mine. Blaze dozens of times. Good man. Praying for him to relax and not waste energy. Or nothing urgent of a battle. Well, you know what I will say? Nothing Burger. Here's the thing. Daz got his money. I don't know. I am not a lawyer. I'm definitely not a business lawyer. But Daz was able to get money out of Death Row. The problem is, it wasn't just Death Row. He was talking about work with Dre outside of that, as far as with Dre, with the Neptunes, with a lot of other producers outside of Death Row. So I really do hope he gets something, man, because I can imagine if he claims to have added production credits to Hot Here by Nelly, I would like to get a piece of a check. And I've heard of a lot of producers. Scott Storch was angry about he felt like he didn't get paid properly for Cry Me a River because he helped do a lot of work on that Timbaland. And listen, man, as someone who makes beats, I do realize they do use a team to produce a lot of these songs, man. And they have for years. You look at Kanye West credits, there's like 100 different songwriters. And I get how that happens. You have one person finish part of the beat, or yeah, I can't wait to miss that movie. But I do hope Quake gets paid. See, Common Idiot. Every movie she's in, she has no personality. Called Scott Island, Don John, Captain Marvel. She's just bad. Yeah, she's not good, but not worth hating. Not worth hating. Like we talk about DJ Quick not wasting energy. We gotta learn the battles that are not worth our energy. So literally tried to watch the first one, do a review, could do it 15 minutes and I was done. That's how I felt about Batwoman. With like 20 minutes, I couldn't do it. Yeah, you have my sympathies as well. I know that reviews of bad shows often get more views than reviews of good ones, but life's too short to watch drag. Yeah, that's what me and Fabo were talking yesterday on his channel, Culture Crime Fighters. Life's too short to read bad books or watch bad movies. She has to add to it, one of the type of girls that think they're too hot for you, but isn't hot. Yes, she's so basic looking. A 6 with a makeup tutorial. And no disrespect, I'm like a 2, a trillion pounds, right? But a 6 with a makeup tutorial who thinks she's God's gift. It's like they're literally, I could go to the 7-Eleven and find a woman more attractive than you love. My thoughts as well. Did sit through the Bad Batch like 2 a.m. It's going to take a minute to categorize my thoughts on that. You know, I could review the Bad Batch. Most Death Row artists, producers, and engineers, and 90s rap deals in general, yeah, were shady at best. They still are shady. Yeah, make sure your paperwork is on deck before the bite check. Absolutely. Absolutely. But so the Marvels, apparently Brie Larson, did I get to her attitude? Let me see. Oh, so here's why their name it's not her attitude, apparently. Deesh said. He said, according to our search, Brie Larson saw Captain Marvel 2's turn into the Marvels because the powers that be at Marvel Studios do not feel that she delivered in the first one on her own. Would you say that about a movie that made genuinely $1 billion? I don't think you would. I don't think if Captain Marvel 1 was actually $1 billion movie, we would be having this. But we do because it wasn't. Because it wasn't. Real quick, check the D-Live. And also just checking the super chats. I don't think anyone said anything, but just in case. Have not did have Nordporial life form resub after being unsub. Make sure you are still sub, by the way. And if you can, like and share if you haven't. And I see some people sharing and retweeting my tweet on the Twitter. So shout out to Uncommon Idiot. Thank you, brother. And the Wake Down. Oh man, thank you guys. Thank you both. Thank you both. Alrighty. Orville had a joke about that. Someone in the future quotes Beyonce, and someone asked, who wrote that? To which Ed responds, I think it was about 15 people. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. And I get how that happens. Because going back to the Kanye West example, like if he has a lot of unfinished music, he'll do a reference track with like mumbles, and then you have other people fill in the words. And you have like 20 people do it, so each one can be as on point as possible. And then you make parts of a beat and you take elements. You have like 50 different people put in different parts. 30 people making this like 2-minute pop song with like 3 elements. Like, how did this happen? That's how it's modern pop music in a nutshell. Hell, Brightest Day. Hell, yeah, no way that was a legitimate $1 billion movie. Or she'd be that Golden Girl. Exactly. You make $1 billion, you put out a sequel pronto, unless you absolutely know it was only because it sat on the shoulder of better movies. I don't even think it was because of that. I don't think it made $1 billion. Yes, it was mashed in between Infinity War and Endgame, and we were lied to about it being necessary for Endgame. But even with that, I don't think it made enough money. I don't. I think they fudged the numbers to make it look like it made enough money. Like, not exactly. So from one chick in Hollywood to another ginger bites the dust? ? Red Sonja movie moving forward with actor Hannah John Cameron. You see her name highlighted. I actually checked just to see where her nationality was because I could not tell what race she was. I'm like, she could be part black, or she could be Latino, or she just could be whatever. She's apparently her parents, one parent was British, one was Nigerian. So she's another of one. Not only are they giving another ginger to a character and making them someone who has black lineage, but another black character is a British person. So they don't actually like American black people at all. They unless one of us gets shot and then they could use us, for propaganda. But they they hired, not only are they, doing the anagram thing, and Jane Theory put me on that. The reason they get rid of gingers and they use black people because ginger is an anagram for a very bad word that you better not say. None of you have a pass to say it. So maybe that's the reason, but they always use a British actors. So whatever. But let's get into it. Red Sonja movie for with actor Hannah John Kamen and director Joe Soloway. The long gestating Red Sonja movie from production company Millennium once again appears to movie forward with director Joe Soloway and Ant-Man and the Wasp actress Hannah John Kamen. What's with the three names thing? A lot of people are doing that. I mean, I guess it's just a thing. The director and actress announcement were made through the Hollywood Reporter when they revealed the writing team for the movie has also been changed. Soloway will be co-writing with Tasha Hall. Sorry for mispronouncing the name. You think we're going to get coverage like this, even with, we'll see. We'll get into the main issue. The film was previously put on hold after Millennial Films can then director Bryan Singer. Oh, thank God. I mean, if ever there's a good reason to hold. Let's just make sure I'm not getting the sound. If ever there's a good reason to get rid of an actor or get rid of a director, what Bryan Singer did is a perfect reason. Hollywood needs to get rid of more Bryan Singers, to be fair. He was announced as director. It looks like Ashley Miller from X-Men First Class was penning the movie, and that's not happening anymore. So there's just a lot of talk about her being a talented actress. The real thing is she's not a redhead, and that's what people are. Have they gotten rid of yet another ginger? Is this article going to talk about? It shows different covers. It talks about Red Sonja, and I'll be honest, I'm not a Red Sonja fan. I don't really know Red Sonja that well, but I actually think they're going to dye her head red. They're going to dye her hair red. I can't imagine, like, she's going to do the Sasha Banks thing. Bridget Nielsen is Red Sonja. Okay, they did do that, but yeah, I don't think they're going to go through with it. I think they ultimately dye this woman's hair red. Because why are you making Red Sonja? Like, if you're not going to have her hair red, why are you even making it? That makes no sense. I think, they're casting her, but there's no way they're going to do Red Sonja and not dye her hair. We don't want to fall into the wokies trap where they have to be the exact person. Darth Vader doesn't have to be a Sith Lord. They don't actually have to have a redhead play Red Sonja, but they do have to dye her hair red. She does have to have red hair as the character. She does not have to be a natural redhead. I hope they've done a screen test. I hope that I'm not being optimistic. I was wrong about Johnny Cage. I've been wrong before because sometimes I can be a little bit, I don't know about gullible or naive, but I just hope for the best. I hope common sense will win out, even when it doesn't look like it will. Let's see. The MCU definitely, in my opinion, I agree with you, Phil, where it definitely ended after Endgame. I actually think it was ending well before that. But yeah, ended after Endgame, no scratch. Ended after Infinity War. Yeah, Infinity War was really, that was it. That was the end of it. Because Infinity War didn't promote Captain Marvel like she was some kind of super savior and turned Thor into a fat loser. Yeah, Endgame was kind of trash. And above all, ruined Captain America's arc. So yeah, it ended in Infinity War. Prove me wrong. Only way I can prove it wrong is say maybe it ended in Civil War. It ended earlier. 4 chord progression. Yeah, there's a lot of that. You get 4 chords, and that's all you need. Hey, it wasn't used to be 2. What did Lou Reed say? 3 chords is like jazz. Something like that. It's official. Eric Cartman has taken over Hollywood and is now committing his ginger genocide. Quick, hi Kyle. He is not safe, but this is pretty sad. I always thought gingers are attractive. They are attractive. Oh no, just another red shirt. Who's not just another red shirt? He's the red shirt, and he's out of there. Yeah. Oh yeah. What is it? 1-5 minor 4-4. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, man, I'm trying to make songs and I don't want to use that chord progression. I think my theme song, I think both my intro and outro use that chord progression. I'm sorry. It's so easy to use. Yeah, I do love redheads myself. Always will. Love the original Red Sonja, Starfire, Triss Mango, Starfire, Cyclone. Well, way better than new pieces of S. Ray Swap. Fuck 'em. I think she's a cute girl. I think they'll dye her hair red. I think we'll get Sasha Banks thing going on with her hair. As everyone says, I'm buying the red shirt. She definitely needs some sex appeal, or heteros will not go. We need some titillation in our fantasy films. Yes, she definitely needs some sex appeal. Hell, New Bomb Turk. We were looking for you in the Culture Crime Fires because we covered the Feige thing. Because you were pretty adamant that you didn't think you thought it was a misquote, but I didn't see any misquote news. I appreciate you being here. And I kind of, what are your thoughts on the Feige thing now? There's been a couple of days and nothing, no takebacks. I would love to know your thoughts. I think he's going on to the dark side. Red Sonja, which I believe is what you said. Action films for people with low expectations on fighting scenes. Yeah. Peace, Justin the Red Shirt. Have a nice dinner. Yeah, if it has more than 3 chords, it's jazz. Something like that. Yeah, Lou Reed. Yeah. So 4 chords is jazz compared to what Lou Reed thinks. I thought it was 3 chords were jazz. Thought it was less than that. But yeah. Maybe it's more than 3 chords. You might be right. So yeah. We were talking, and that's a reference if you guys are just joining. We were talking about how these songs have like a trillion writers. Somebody more Beyonce joke. Just check in my D Live fam. Still nobody. I'm saddened by the lack of D Livers here. I'm saddened. We had the Twitch people here, and it looks like the YouTube algorithms. Maybe some of the notifications are starting to go out. We still got quite a bit more stream to get through, but ultimately, a lot of people have a lot of hubbubaloo about Hannah John Kamen. There's no way they're not dyeing her hair. There's just no way. I can't. I don't believe they're making a movie and not dyeing her hair. So we'll see. We will see. I was working on a video. Still seems odd. 10 years about being coy, and it leaks and info just this hard left turn. The MCU's coming. The MCU's been set up. Really, Black Panther was the start of the MCU. That was the start of men being emasculated. That was the start of the women do everything. People point to that Avengers scene or Captain Marvel. No. Black Panther was the start of the MCU. That was the first, and it made a lot of money. That did authentically make $1 billion. You can tell when something authentically makes $1 billion because supposedly that Captain Marvel made the same amount of money. Yet we have one movie trying to be copied to the point where they're going to make a Black Superman to try to cash in on Black Panther, and they've never really tried to copy Captain Marvel unless you consider Birds of Prey. So yeah, the hard left turn for Kevin Feige is odd, but the MCU is coming. And I'm glad you're making a video, New Bomb Turk. We need more videos. Oh, maybe Ant-Man and the Wasp. Maybe. Yeah, around the same time, maybe. I don't know which came out first. Hell, Morgan Holloway. Which is a couple. Hell, both Morgan and Holloway. No, I don't think those are their names, but hell, both of you guys. I appreciate it. Hey, Cast in the Shadows has been lurking. The creator of this fine logo. Yeah, speaking of which, buy shirts because we both want money. He gets some royalty. Buy shirts. We have shirts. We have stuff to buy. But yeah, this is the commercial. We don't have ads. Where the hell is my bot? Jesus, my bot is nowhere to be seen. I was trying to find a shirt bot. It's in the description. So buy shirts. Buy shirts. And actually, real quick, do I have the Warrior logo? I don't know if I'll get sued. And I actually have one where the eyes are green to be the Warrior logo. And I hope we don't get sued for that. So I eventually, I'm thinking about doing shirts with this. And yes, Mando will still get the royalty because this is his logo. And I appreciate it. So yes, give us money, buy our stuff. So I'm actually... Oh, New Bomb Turk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what is your name? Oh, same name. It's hard finding New Bomb Turk, man. If you could put your name, sheesh. You know what? If I make you a mod, you can promote yourself. You don't have to stay a mod if you don't want to, New Bomb. But if you want to promote your channel, I'll make you a mod. And if you want to stay a mod, that's up to you. Or I can just take it back just so you to promote your channel. But yeah, put your link. Trying to find New Bomb Turk is actually a bit difficult. As the wait now tips his hat to Morgan Holloway. Hell, both of you guys. or whoever one is watching. Captain Marvel had been an MCU faithful MCU movie. No way it makes as much money. No, fucking hell. If Iron Man made the money it made, it would have, it would have been considered a flop later on in MCU. Both those early, Iron Man and Hulk technically were the first two MCU movies, and they made good money. They made good money, but not like great money. Not the multi-billion, not when everything's a billion. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm about to mod you up. Let me go to this, and now you have the power of moderation. Use it in moderation. You are now a mod. You do not have to stay a mod. I'm not giving you the modness to put a responsibility on you. Just want you to promote your channel. I want to check your channel out, man. We see how good the weight down is. It's so cool. As a small channel myself, who's benefited from, other people's help and other people's work, it's awesome to help you guys and promote you guys and get Brightest Day is going to be at 100 soon, if he's not already. So that's cool. And I know Fimmer, I don't know where Fimmer is. So yeah, actually I'll toss Fimmer's link while we're doing a little plugging. That's what she said. And then we'll return because we have some very angering news. This is news that I'm surprised hasn't gone more places. It's honestly something that really, 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 really pisses me off. And I haven't seen it really covered. I think a lot of people are focused, and I'm actually even surprised on this Black Superman thing. I think that's a nothing burger because the franchise is deader than dead. So Newbound Turk has just put in his link. I'm gonna toss in Fimmer's link as well. Oh, there's my stream bot telling you sub to Odyssey. Whatever. Here's Newbound Turk. Did you want to stay in by the way, Newbound Turk? Please, everyone, sub to Newbound Turk. I'm about to sub to Newbound Turk. You all should sub as well. He's a great friend of the channel. Please, and I want to see what he has because you guys are gonna pass me one day. That's Fimmer again. We love Fimmer and sub to Fimmer. Do a lot of subbing. Sub to everyone. You get a sub and you get a sub. It looks like I'm already subbed some way somehow. You know what? I am subbed. I remember this the Wreck Fest. That's how I was subbed. So give my man Newbound Turk a sub. He's at 11. There are 11 of you in the chat. If all of you sub to Newbound Turk, which I know one of you actually is Newbound Turk, but if all of you subbed, he would have 22. So I appreciate it. My channel, even speaking of latest video, there you go. There you go. Power of Marketing. Blank Panther is a shitty movie. And they did the previews, brought in groans by the cinema. They said it was a race thing. People lost their mind and made bucks. Now, you know what's funny? The marketing pissed me off. I went to that theater angry because of the marketing. And I was the one like, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. And I ended up liking the movie a lot more than I thought I would, even though it wasn't that good. But it was fine. It was fine. It had enough entertaining parts. I'm not gonna hold water for it. But I think the fact that it was overrated by the shitty race baiting marketing, it kind of, I don't want to say overshadows how good of a movie it is, but it overshadows how actually average the movie is. How about that? That movie's, I mean, I'm not going to, like I said, you think it's shitty. That's most hot take. Most of the MCU is kind of shitty. Because most of it's just basic. But and this is, to me, it was just a basic, it was as good. Like, I like Ant-Man better than that. You know what I mean? But it's like in that same category as the Ant-Mans of the world, or I didn't like any of the Thor movies. That's another hot take. I don't think they're good. The first one's probably the best. And I didn't see Ragnarok because I had no desire to see that trash. But a lot of MCU, so I mean, it was just an average MCU movie with shitty marketing to me. Yeah, this is Fimmer, so please. Yeah, bad films are really just a marketing challenge. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. I'm around. So, you're cool with being a bot. Okay. Yeah, your link is out there, man. Your link is there. Here's Fimmer's link. I didn't name it, but it's the one I sent. So if you go up in the chat, please link to my man Fimmer. He's close to 80. Let's get him to 80. And Morgan Holloway saying hi. Chilling like villains. So I guess both of them are watching. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, sub 2. Yeah, hey, you're okay. I'm gonna toss your link. Hopefully, this is your link again. Toss a Fimmer's link back in the chat. Love Wreckfest. Gotta catch Fimmer. Okay, so your link is back in the chat. Best way to chill. Do Bob Turk. Next time on the stream, you'll get the Discord link. Okay. Rewatch all the Avengers. Yeah, the Avengers don't hold up. They're not good movies. They're not. Winter Soldier was a good movie. That's the only good movie. This is a super hot take. The only good movie Marvel really produced was The Winter Soldier. That doesn't mean the rest weren't fun. That doesn't mean the rest weren't enjoyable. I know a lot of people love Guardians. I did not. They don't. That catalog is fucking overrated. That's why Black Panther is so bad. Like, oh, because Ant-Man is a great piece of cinema. Even Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is cool looking. The fuck happened in that movie? Please tell me what happened in that fucking film. Most Marvel movies do not hold up. Fucking, oh, I forgot. You know what movie I think Black Panther is better than? And I'm willing not to die on the hill, but I'm willing to argue over it. Motherfucking Age of fucking Ultron. That movie is fucking trash. And if I hurt people's feelings, whatever. Age of Ultron is trash. Trash. Black Panther's better than Age of Ultron. And that's not a compliment. Say this piece of shit is less shitty than that piece of shit. But I just think Age of Ultron is so bad. It's unwatchable. Yeah, Infinity War probably is the best Avengers film. Infinity War, Civil War, if you consider it all. And even Civil War I had a lot of issues with. And Infinity War, I have issues with all of their films, really, except Winter Soldier and the first Iron Man. Everything else is just kind of trash. Iron Man 3 sucks. Iron Man 2 sucks. You know what I mean? I like the first Captain America. That was cool. But it's like 3 or 4 movies I like. The rest is just a bunch of trash with good special effects that aren't always that good. You know what I'm saying? They aren't always that good. Yeah, MCU's overrated. Best Marvel movie. Logan, which is not even an MCU movie, an original Spider-Man. And you know what? Those aren't bad calls. The first 2 Spider-Man, the first one gets so underrated. I think the first one was incredibly underrated. I know everyone likes Spider-Man 2. I like the first one better. You know, I like Spider-Man 2. And Logan was really good. Logan might be the best comic book movie ever made. And I don't know if that's controversial, but it's up there with me. Logan was I knew what Logan was going to be and didn't think they could do it, and they fucking did it. So shout out to Logan. That was a fucking beautiful film. It's so underrated. So yeah, I would agree with you commenting. Yeah, the best Marvel created or the original Blade. You know what I'm saying? I take the original Blade over 90% of the MCU. The original Blade holds up better than 90% of the MCU, believe it or not. Some motherfuckers ice skate uphill, upstream. Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. I think that's it. Yeah, I watched Infinity Wars like 6 times. Okay. Say stream elements. Now you want to show up. Ooh, Morgan Holloway, you hit the nail on the head. They had to sell to China. Matter of fact, we didn't talk about my man Finn. Let's talk about Finn. Let me get that story queued up as we talk about it. But yeah, selling out to China is definitely a huge issue with that. The time loop of Dormammu, that was a cool ending. But you know, that had a woke race swap. Or not race swap, race and gender swap. Yeah, race and gender swap with the Ancient One. Yeah, Age of Ultron is super trash. I actually agree with that one. On a good day, I consider adding the first Iron Man to that list. Yeah, the first Iron Man, Winter Soldier. Those are the only movies they made. The fucking only films they made, to paraphrase what Robert Scorsese was saying. Robert Scorsese, depending on your pronunciation, he said they hadn't made any film. He wasn't wrong. They've made experiences. They didn't make movies. Name the plots of these movies. Like, really, go ahead and try to think about the plot. You can think about the plot of Iron Man. You can think about the plot of even Iron Man 2 had a plot. A lot of these movies do not have plots. They don't. They just fucking don't. They just have a bunch of pretty things, and then the villain dies at the end and is not brought back. Doctor Strange and Endgame literally just holds water. That's it. Shocking, yeah. So a lot of people like Ragnarok. Never saw Ragnarok. Yeah. Infinity War. Yeah, MCU has been trash. Almost accidentally. Yeah, Morgan Holloway, you're absolutely right. Stick to the first two phases. We agree, combinating it. Yeah, damn straight. Yeah, True Blade. The first Blade holds up so well. A lot of that 90s action is so brutal. You're like, oh man, I remember we used to get action shit like that. There's like the first scene where he comes in and he starts shooting motherfuckers with shotguns and cutting people's heads off. Yeah, the way the vampires die is cheesy. It does not hold up. But just the vision, just the violence, it holds up. I mean, the effects, most of them don't. But some of the practical stuff does. Blade 1 is legendary. Blade 2 is still pretty good. Trinity went off the. I like Trinity. I mean, Ryan Reynolds was playing Deadpool even then. I thought Trinity was fine. At Triple H, it was fine. Who is Finn? Yeah, who is Finn? The guy from Adventure Time, apparently, because he does not exist in the Star Wars universe. I'm sure there are people in China who don't know Finn exists. I like genuinely know of the new Star Wars movie, don't know Finn is even a part of it. Yeah, I think I remember some dude in a movie years ago with that name. He's long gone now, basically. You mean the janitor that got assaulted by Rose Tico? Yeah, that's the one. Got the okay sign, a little racism, just teases you. Little the okay sign is either racism or Illuminati. So I don't know what's going on with Margaret Holloway. Just tease you. Winter Soldier, Ragnarok, Infinity War. Tom Holland. We didn't even talk about Spider Robin. Yeah, the MCU. Like, we're gonna look back at the MCU as like, ugh. Was that really that good? The reason the MCU was famous is because a lot of us nerds, Finn was a younger guy. A lot of us nerds never thought it would happen. We never thought we would see the day where the biggest thing on earth was comic books and superheroes. And so we overrated the MCU. We were just so happy to see our characters taken seriously. And I'm not saying you couldn't have had a good time. There were good times to be had, but these aren't really good movies. They're not movies that stand the test of time. There's a few that do. Even the first Avengers, first time you saw it was a very cool moment. But by the time you've seen that team up a trillion times and Infinity War and Civil War, and you've seen hundreds and hundreds of different Marvel characters, it's like, it's all one thing. Yeah, Spider-Robin. He's Tim Drake. He's not Tim Drake. Well, he's the DCAU Tim Drake as Spider-Man. Reynolds was the best part of Trinity. Still remember some of those quotes. Hey, fuckface, so you see my dog? Hey, yeah, the dog thing. Hey, you check the lobby. Wait, no, I didn't think it was him. I didn't see enough to remember him. And yeah, the Illuminati. Speaking of which, let's get into Disney. Speaking of Illuminati, the Star Wars fans accused Disney and Lucasfilm of removing Finn from the Farce Awakens poster. So yesterday on the Cultural Crime Fires, if you're subbed to Matt channel, 5 Ball Productions, you can see that episode. Be on it. He'll be on my channel next week, next Wednesday, along with Tom from Midnight's Edge, who I was also just on his channel. So it all links together. And the week after that, we will have Chrissy Mayer on 5 Ball's channel, 5/19, unless she cancels, but I hope she doesn't. We'll see. But seriously, I was talking to 5 Ball, and we were talking about how a lot. Well, I don't think it's a real thing. It was this woke columnist talking about Black Star Wars fans needing their own space. As terrible as that column was, if they're going to continue to sell out to Disney, there's kind of a point there, because I don't see any Black characters ever being taken seriously by the Star Wars property as long as sell out to Disney. Sell out to China is one of the same. If they're going to continue to sell out to China, I don't see any Black characters getting taken seriously. I don't want Mace Windu to come back because he died. I know in the EU everybody lived, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to see any good Black characters. Fuck, even Lando is fucking droids. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to see any good Black characters. And Finn, who everybody wanted to see the story of a stormtrooper becoming a Jedi, and we didn't get that because reason, who knows? Maybe China, maybe they were involved as well. But Finn is going to continue to get taken out. I feel bad for John Boyega. He's living in the 1920s when it comes to Hollywood. He got taken out of his own fucking commercial. He's been taken out of multiple posters for the marketing of this film and other films. And it pisses me off. As much as we can talk about the racism. We talked all about the fake wokeness. Them being in the Chinese government, it is, the same Chinese government that they got permission to film near their concentration camps with Mulan. They do bend the knee. It's legitimately racism. That's legitimately the base. And so Star Wars fans accused Disney and Lucasfilm of removing Finn from the Force Awakens poster. So here's the poster as we see it, as it was promoted, as you can look for it. But then when you go to the actual poster, here we go. This is the poster that you can see if you actually go to if you go to the Disney Plus, and you can see he was supposed to be a part of the thing. Now, how hard would it have been to include? I see they're trying to shrink it down. You know what I mean? So maybe, but they had to. Did they have to remove Finn? Could they have resized this logo and maybe put it somewhere else, or maybe not have his lightsaber out? They could have done something to keep Finn in the thing. Let me see if I can give you a side by side. Yeah, I think I can. I'll do a side by side instead of reading the article. I love Bonnie. I love John Trent. I don't. He already has his own channel. I won't take away from what they do, but here's what it should have looked like. This is what it looks like. Why? Why do they keep doing this? We know the answer, but why? Why? I think it's really sad. His best scenes are Leah ones. That's not even a joke. Yeah, nice segue. Yeah, they are. If the Illuminati says Disney's a part of it. Shout out to the 33 Club. I wouldn't mind reading an EU story about him finding out he's a force sensitive. It would make sense, honestly. Yeah, black people should not be allowed to film. Some people might say in China. To be fair, the Chinese people have no issues with black people. Kobe Bryant and Will Smith, once upon a time, could do no wrong when it came to China. So the people didn't have no issue with us, but the government's really, really, really anti-black right now in a legitimate way, not the the microaggression way, but they're like no N-words allowed. Seriously, I was one of the EU fans who understands the evolution from clone to stormtrooper, and actually was pretty excited with Finn in the first trailer. About Finn in the first trailer, yeah. The farce of weekends became the Finn vanished, basically. Make no mistake, the Chinese government is super racist, absolutely. But some of the Chinese people are pretty okay. I mean, they're still doubtful outsiders, but okay within the standards. To be fair, being, I don't like outsiders. Yeah, Disney waves, they had Black be gone, basically. But they're the first one to yell at toxic fans. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Boy. So, yeah, and they keep doing it. They're not going to stop doing it. This is going to be a thing. Let's switch to classic avatar for a little bit. I will come back on with the mask, but just trying to breathe. Yeah, China made feminism illegal, declared homosexuality as a mental illness. Disney has yet to shut down its Chinese studios. I'm outraged. Isn't it funny? And this is how you know wokies are woke for pay. Wouldn't that piss people off if you're going to cancel Chris Pratt for not showing up to a Joe Biden rally because he's a racist Trump supporter? Wouldn't Disney bending to the knee to a legitimately racist and homophobic regime and CCP China, wouldn't that legitimately outrage you? Shouldn't this be something that, even if you're not SJW, shouldn't this be something that makes the SJWs furious? Like, should they be angry about this? But they're not. They don't give a fuck. And hell, Eldritch Dragoon, I should say. With all the crap Pedo Wood, I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but I did, has put him through. I've got to wonder what his contracts say. And if he can get lawyers involved, I feel real bad for the guy. He seems like one of the few good ones in Hollywood, so to speak. Brother, if there's any motherfucker who should think that there's institutional racism, it's fucking John Boyega. For fuck's sake. How many times does he have to be put for promotion material? The one that kills me is the commercial. That commercial in China where he gets signed on, I can't remember what the brand was, some high-end brand, and he shoots and directs his own commercial on their behalf, and then they take it and redo it. Like, that's insane. And I think he did get his lawyers involved with that. I'm not sure what happened. It may have been settled out of court, but that's just insane. Yeah, Stormtrooper to Cuck the trilogy, basically. What poster did Black Panther look like in China? A blank poster. I think he had his mask on. I believe it was him in the mask. That's how they got around it, Glenzer. In America, you can see his face. Yep, you're right. Yep, Wake Now has it. Yep. In America, you can see his face on a Chinese poster that had him wearing his mask. That's how they got around it. Yep, they put the mask on him. So I wasn't wrong. Anthroparian understand that as well. Yep, that's what they did. I was chirping at someone the other day about Black Superman. Of course, he called me racist. Shoved down with my top characters to read: Luke Cage, Jon Stewart, and Bishop. Oh, you remember when Bishop was the shit in the 90s? Because X-Men was the shit. Bishop used to be cool as fuck. He had a cool power for X-Men, because everybody has laser blasts or some shit. So in the X-Men world, his power to like reshoot shit was just cool. It's like, oh man, you can't fuck with Bishop because he can shoot that shit back at you. So speaking of shooting shit, as a transition, so to speak, oof, gotta hydrate or die. Ugh. My vocal cords just ready to tear themselves apart. Oh, sorry about that. Oh man, I lost people on the technical issues. Let's get back on track. All righty. All right. Speaking of shooting shit, Zack Snyder, who wasn't affiliated with Geeks and Gaming as far as I'm concerned, shoots a massive wad right in the fans' faces. And this is the story that I'm surprised did not get covered. Zack Snyder was worried Warner Brothers might sue and silence me for supporting the Snyder Cut fans. So I guess this is the closest thing we get to an apology, but all we get is more splooge in our face. And again, if you don't know, the night before the Snyder Cut released, and I made a video about it so that everyone else in the YouTube sphere, Zack Snyder went on Geeks and Gamers charity. Oh no, it wasn't Geeks and Gamers charity stream. I'm sorry. It was Uche's charity stream. It had no affiliation with Geeks and Gamers. In fact, he was told not to, apparently. He disrespected Geeks and Gamers. He made my opinion, this is my opinion only, a not so thinly veiled reference to the potential of Geeks and Gamers being a hate group. He said, with all the hate that's going on, we're not for hate and not affiliated with Geeks and Gamers as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, Mr. Wax Snyder, you're a piece of shit. You're an absolute piece of shit. And I'm going to tell you why. Zack Snyder told the Sunday Times in a recent interview he was originally scared of what Warner Brothers might do if he publicly supported the release of the Snyder Cut movement. Snyder exited Justice League during the post-production due to a family tragedy, and the studio brought in Joss Whedon to oversee reshoots and change the entire tone of the comic book tempo. Snyder was eventually invited back in 2020 to restore his version of the film, which led to the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max in March. I was worried the studio would sue me, do something to silence me. What? Snyder said about his decision to lend support to the release of Snyder Cut fans. The community has been a poster child in the media for toxic fandom. What a piece of shit. And I've heard that the Snyder fans can actually be kind of assholes, but that's still shitty to say. Because I don't think they're I think the poster child was actually the Raylos, but that's neither here nor there. Snyder stays focused on his activism above all else. Now here's the quote. Oh my God. Sorry, I gotta get off camera again because allergies are kicking my ass all of a sudden. Jeez. I'm allergic to the bullshit, Zack Snyder. I'm allergic to the bullshit. Oh man, just irritation. By the way, I'm trying to get a new mask. I was talking to the people making it. It looks like it'll be a reality sooner rather than later. Still take some time to make. Alrighty. So here's the reality. Snyder said the fandom raised, and I did not know we got to this amount. But apparently $750,000 for suicide prevention and mental health awareness. They've saved lives. That's a fact. But on the other hand, was it fun to provoke them for a clickable thing? Yes. I'm going to repeat that. Got zoom in on it. I can indeed. Now, you know what? I'm going to even go off camera so you can see exactly what he said. This is what he said. That fandom raised this amount of money, $750,000 for suicide prevention and mental health awareness. They save lives. That's a fact. But on the other hand, was it fun to provoke them for a clickable thing? Yes, and they were an easy target. What the fuck? And then he still compliments, but they continue to raise money. There are not a lot of fan communities whose primary objective, other than seeing the work of a guy they like, realized the other main thing, which was to bring awareness to mental health and suicide prevention. So for me, it was hard to be mad at them. Bitch, I'm mad at you. Bitch, fuck you. I don't know what Jeremy and everyone else thinks about it. I'm not going to speak for them, as he said, it's their brand. But like, I wish I didn't give them money. And that may sound harsh. Maybe that's my own depression. As I said, I don't need a charity to be have suicide awareness, but I know there's people in the chat who's been helped by the AFSP charity, so I'm not going to be too harsh on them. But I feel like I got fucking bamboozled I don't care what help I do. If I'm going to get shat on by somebody and he makes fun of it, was it fun to provoke them for a clickable thing? Yes, they were an easy target. What the fuck do you think he's talking about there? I think he's talking about this stream isn't affiliated with Geeks and Gamers as far as I'm concerned. I don't know that he is. I'll be, for legal purposes, my opinion. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but that's what I think he's talking about. And I think he's a fucking piece of shit. And there's still people I know, 2-4, love the Snyder Cut. Shout out to 24/7 Fusion Media. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Lethal Lightning. Shout out to Ryan Cannell, who sometimes in the chat. Even Morgan Holloway says, hey, love his movies, but that was a bitch move. That's a beyond bitch move. And he knew what he was doing. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He was being an asshole. He used us. He's saying it. He said it. Was it fun to provoke them for a clickable thing? Yes, and they were an easy target. Those are his fucking words. His words. He splooged in our faces, and now he's laughing about it. You know what? It's never been easier to cut off people as far as in real life, but as far as creators, because they're not that good. I am not a Zack Snyder fan. 300 is good. I think The Watchmen is flawed. I think it's fun at times. Well, not fun. It's not fun. It's fine at times. But it's long toothed. Like all his movies, they got to be 4 hours to explain what's going on. He's not good at story at all. And even that movie, which had a story completely storyboarded out by the great comic, I feel like he did it a disservice. A lot of people disagree because he did try to bring moments from the comic right to the screen, but in doing so, he made this joint a mess of a movie, in my opinion. And the ending change really impacted the tone of how that movie's supposed to follow up. But I think Zack Snyder is the biggest bitch going. This is why I don't give a fuck about his Snyderverse. I don't give a fuck. Do I want to see I actually want to see Batfleck. And hell, his Snyderverse is still going to fucking continue because Gal Gadot is still going on. She's going to still be Wonder Woman. We already have that whack-ass Flash coming out. Also, we have Jason Momoa. He's still going to be Aquaman. Hell, Amber Turd is still going to be floating around. They are still going to keep people from the Snyderverse involved. Even if they're getting rid of Henry Cavill, even if they're trying to show their Black Batman the same day as Henry Cavill's Black Superman the same day as Henry Cavill's birthday, as I'm trying to say. And yeah, Glenzer, you're probably right. He predicted Black Batman poster in China will just be the S symbol. Yeah, it probably will. Yes, the Seg Vigilante. I've been doing a lot of segues. Yeah. They refilmed the John Boyega aftershave advert. Yeah, it was aftershave. That's what it is. It didn't pay him either. Wow. That's awesome. Bishop the man got watered down as of late, and he looked, of course, the gala drawings. He looks super moist. Yeah. Love his movie. Oh yeah. Morgan Holloway says, love his movies. That's a bitch move. Absolutely. Snyder's actually said a few things supposed to defend the community, but he won't even say their name. He's only saying that because he realized that was his fan base. Too late. But he's still saying, fuck you. He's still saying it was fun to rile him up. Yeah, they rose, they raised money, and that was a good thing, but it was fun to rile him up for a clickable moment. It was a horribly phrased. I think now after this, I already thought he was being shitty in the first place. Now I know he is. I know he is. I don't give him. He has no. Like, I know you were really strong on Feige, right? And you said, man, he wouldn't do this after 10 years. With you, he had benefit of the doubt. That's fair. Yes, your opinion. That's fair. But me, as far as this Snyder asshole, no benefit of the doubt. What the fuck? Says Morgan Holloway. The film was out. If WB blocked it would have gone ultra viral. He had nothing to lose. Zach should have banned up, but didn't. Shocking. I may be robotic. I see the connection bot. Yeah, he is a coward. All the money in the world and still busy me. 300 was good. 300 is a good masculine movie. One of the not the last, but it was the era where you could still do masculine movies. I like 300. At the film of all those warrior/superhero movies, the strength of character and morality did not rub off on him one bit. Incredible. That's a classic backhanded compliment. Yeah, you guys, you're idiots, but they gave a lot of their money to us, cause we support. So let's not cancel them completely. You did catch that, Glizzer. Amber Turd will be floating around. Yeah. I try. I mean, you can read through this article, but it's a mess. And you know what's the messed up thing? I thought the Snyder Cut was okay. I didn't love it. Thought it was, I actually liked Cyborg in it, believe it or not. But a lot of people wanted to see this. In fact, believe it or not, Screen Rant, which is a mainstream media rag, they want to see more Snyderverse, and that's a kind of a shock to stay segging. The Seg Vigilante Williamson, keeping the segues going. Screen Rant thinks Warner Brothers is wasting DCEU hype but not capitalizing on the Snyder Cut. In a vacuum, I have a certain amount of agreement. There's enough hype for this movie to keep going, but fuck Zack Snyder. I don't want to see his Snyderverse. Part of me had an interest in it. I do want to see Batman spinoff, especially with the end of Justice League, now knowing Deathstroke knows who he is, and that would be interesting. But I don't need Zack Snyder to be involved in that. I want fucking Ben Affleck to direct it because Ben Affleck is a better director than Zack Snyder. Warner Brother, this is according to Screen Rant, is failing to capitalize on the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Despite the positive reception the movie has been seeing and growing calls for Snyder's planned story to be realized, the Snyder Cut has become a modern movie legend, in the unprecedented circumstances of its release after a sustained push by fans for Snyder's original cut of Justice League to be released after the truncated and extensively reshot theatrical version died in theaters in 2017. Now that Snyder's movie has finally seen the light of day, interest also surged where he planned to take things after Justice League for the remainder of the 5-movie story he planned. A collection of whiteboards recently displayed at AT&T or at an AT&T exhibit provided an outline of Snyder's plans for Justice League 2 and 3. Though certain details have changed since they were originally written, Snyder has stressed viewing them as an overall blueprint over the specific elements therein. Both the whiteboards and the ending of the Snyder Cut itself have inspired considerable growing interest in Snyder's plans for a franchise being revived. Unfortunately, Warner Brothers has remained consistent on signals they don't include to act on this, or don't intend to act on this. I'm sorry. How much crap? Okay, this is a fucking journal. We're not going through all this. Let's see if I can see the whiteboards, though. Just actually go off because I need to see. Oh, jeez. Got some mesh right in the eyeballs. That's awesome. All right, let's see if they have the whiteboards because I would like to see that. Is this it? Here's images. I don't think the whiteboard stuff is produced. Let's see. Is this just promotional images? Sorry to go so fast. It just looks like promo image. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can find the Justice League whiteboards and toss those up just for, kicks and giggles, so to speak. But in general, hey, there's media. There's even mainstream media support for this asshole in this film. A lot of people liked it, and I guarantee you, a lot of that has to do with the fact that, for all as shitty as I think Zack Snyder is as a human fucking being, the fucking movie wasn't woke, and that had a lot to do with it being beloved and liked. Let's see, it looks like it may be something on Reddit. Man, I'm having issues finding these whiteboards. If it's too hard, I'm not gonna. If it's too hard, that's what she said. If it's too difficult to come across, it's not worth it. See this exhibit. Maybe it'll be included in this. It's cool stuff, I guess. The models and stuff, different cool elements. Memorabilia. Amber Turd shitting on everything. All these different badges. I still don't see the whiteboards, and I'm not going to keep looking for them. Real quick, let's see what you guys are talking about. Hold on a second. Alrighty. Yeah. Glenzer picking up on the Amber Turd line, which is awesome. Now, he doesn't need the fan base anymore. He used them to get it pushed out, use the fan base and TP as TP in the end. Yep. Pun intended. Yeah, there you go. Cannot wait to watch whatever his next film is. Flop. Well, he has that Army of the Dead shit, which some people, again, seem interested in. I think people like his visual stuff. I think he's, he has a talent to do really slow-mo scenes. So I think people will come to see, or it's going to be a Netflix movie, but see whatever that shit is. Army of the Dead, I believe it's called. The Netflix zombie movie he has coming out. I think I shot the Midnight's Edge guys earlier by calling the new Superman writer tarnished Hennessy coats. I claim diplomatic humor immunity. Well, there was a lot of istophobic humor on Midnight's Edge After Dark, so I think it's fine. With DC, I'm more of a normie than a nerd, and I'm done with reboots. Pick a guy and stick with it. If the next outings of Batman and Superman aren't Affleck and Cavill, I'm out. Well, yeah. I don't think they were going to be good. Like I said, I want to see Batfleck, because I want to see what he does with his miniseries if he gets it, but outside, I have no interest in this. Well, you don't have to wait long. Army of the Dead that's what I'm saying. Army of the Dead is on its way soon. I think it comes out this summer. Yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. Good. Thank you, comment idiot. I appreciate you being here. And yes, smash, share, buy a shirt, super chat if you like, whatever. DC should do a Dead Man movie. Smaller characters need a shot too. I think smaller characters will probably be more beloved. I think, they've told a lot of the main character story. So I would like to see smaller characters made. Here's the question. Put the money on the table. Have they de-woke the new Bond or not? Recalling that Wonder Woman 84 set in the can for a year and then get de-woke. There's no way. It's going to be a dumpster fire, that new James Bond. Yeah, there's no de-woking. They've doubled down. Fuck, if Kevin Feige, to New Bomb's third credit, is a guy who went a decade without saying anything to ruffle any feathers. If we're now in the era where he's talking about Doctor Strange as a white man, we can't have him showing up and showing people how to use powers, and we have WandaVision, and they rewrote not just WandaVision, but Doctor Strange, which makes you think that maybe WandaVision was good at one point. There was a good script for that series, and they got rewritten into oblivion. But there's no way that this No Time to Me Too is not going to come out and be as woke as advertised, if not worse. And hell, Robert, we appreciate you being here. A little bit late, but hey, better late than never. Ooh, I want to see a decent Darkman remake. Classic. That was a classic for me as a kid. To be fair, you're never going to get it. And you're never going to get it. If you want a good remake of any goddamn thing, You couldn't do it. Oh, Robert, that's brutal. I don't know if I can put that on there. You guys, your humor, you're so brutal sometimes. But yeah, they're not capable of a good remake. It would be, I get wanting to see like the newer special effects and stuff, but they would ruin it. You don't really want to. This is what we all thought. Man, I want to see Captain America and Spider-Man all in the same thing in the same universe. And we all thought we wanted to see. Oh, I want to see this into a movie, that to a movie. And then when it comes out, it's like, oh, I didn't really want that because they're not. I'm sure a well done Darkman would be good, but I don't think they're capable of it. I would love for them to prove me wrong though. They're not sitting on bond to fix it. They're holding out because data already suggests it'll be a flop, and they want to release it at a time where it'll be easier to hide the numbers. Maybe. Hail Robert, as Newbound Turk says, I'm not going to read Robert's joke. It's just too brutal for even me. Classic Liam Neeson. Let me see. How would you like your martini, Mrs. Bond? Shaken, not twerked. Awesome. I don't think WandaVision was good unless you have a vagina. I don't think having a vagina is going to make that good. I think WandaVision was trash, regardless of what equipment you have. I don't think the only way you can like that is if you're brain dead, unfortunately. And if you did like WandaVision, let me know why. I didn't see the last 3 episodes. I'm not going to lie. So I can only talk so much. After the Gina thing, I was pissed. I was planning on checking it out after the season was over. But when I heard about Ralph Boner and Wanda getting away with kidnapping and torturing an entire city with the I Understand girl from Monica Rambeau, I had no interest in seeing this fucking film. Or not fucking last 3 episodes. Yeah, I'm with Fimmer. I don't care about this shit anymore. Just got a ton of old comic book back covers. Totally okay with it. Plus, reading the record of Ragnarok manga, and it's glorious. There you go. I have not. It just ended, and I'm going to start watching it. Everyone is, raving about it. My brother's raving about it. Normies are raving about Invincible. RDC World. I'm not sure if a lot of guys follow him here, but he's raving about it. Everybody's talking about Invincible, so I may check it out. She was my favorite character ever now. He did the Miss Badass manga fight, the most badass manga fight ever, in my opinion. Okay. See, that's what we need to do. There's tons of good media. Tons of good media. And speaking of media that's not good, we talked about the Hellfire Gala. If you don't remember, that's X-Men's woke thing. You have Iceman in a dress. Well, they're going to actually try to sell this thing. They have Eminem, Conan O'Brien, Megan Rapinoe, and they're all going to be in the Hellfire Gala. So here's the thing. I'm a Detroiter. Eminem's first 3 albums, I think, are classic. I like Eminem. But in this woke world, anyone who remembers a lot of Eminem's lyrics, and they even got Megan Rapinoe. Like, how does Eminem get I love him. I'm a free speech guy. I'm not saying cancel him. I don't want him to get canceled. I love Eminem. He's an influence and inspiration, all that stuff. As a Detroiter, he definitely was impactful in putting Detroit on. And Detroit's doing really good things as far as hip hop. I just discovered a lot of Detroit stuff. It's pretty good. Neither here nor there. This is an image from him in The Punisher. This is not him from the Hellfire Gala. But look, how did Eminem get a pass? It's just something I've wondered. And I don't want him to get canceled, by the way. I don't think anyone should be canceled. But it's just weird that he has a pass. I know he hates Trump, but he said some fucked up things. Relative to the modern era, I don't know if you can say it. Yeah. Watching ASAP referring to Invincible. Everything Invincible is good except Amber. Is Amber Turd in that? Or is Amber just the name of a character? Heard good things about Invincible. Yeah, the season just ended over the weekend, I believe. You said the A word. Bah. Please, Japan, don't let Hollywood make woke films based on anime. Listen, with what Demon Slayer did, I don't think that's Demon Slayer. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get a lot more anime movies, feature-length films because of that. Got season 2 and 3 approved, so there will be more. Suppose I can give it a shot. And this is actually what it's talking about. Only comic book I like Eminem was his crossover with The Punisher. That's what this is from, this little image. So I guess it turned out pretty good. That's cool. All right. Japan is based. They are very based. And they like their ladies pretty. And I didn't cover the. If you guys want, I do have enough. Got enough time if you want me to cover the Mary Jane thing. I can, as far as that whole issue. But let's talk about this guest list, because not only are we getting the worst looking comics ever and the worst looking characters ever from X-Men, we're also going to get a bunch of celebrities that were relevant a decade ago, like Eminem and Conan O'Brien. I love Eminem, but come on, man. Come on. So the guest list for X-Men Line's June Hellfire Gala crossover event just got a lot bigger and a lot more A-list for 2008, as Marvel Comics has announced the mutant island of Krakoa will play host to a numerous real-world celebrities for all walks of life as part of the event. Dropping names like a kid carrying too many comics, Marvel states that in the Hellfire Gala, which Krakoa opens its gates to the world, it would include in-universe depictions of famous celebrities and actors, from athletes to musicians, and more, as drawn by the Marvel artists. Krakoa opens its gates. So yeah, Grammy, Oscar. It just says, it doesn't say their names. But yeah, figures like Eminem, Conan O'Brien, Alex Morgan, don't know who that is. Megan Rapinoe, only barely know who that is. Ira Glass and Pete Alonso, don't know who they are either. On the guest list, and the list keeps growing. It continues. Who will be toasting to Krakoa's success? Who will be mingling with the Avengers? And who is speaking with the new leader of X-Men? And it talks about Eminem's one shot, Eminem Punisher 101. So I guess he's popping shells and dropping body alongside Frank Castle, at least on the cover. So yes, is this it? Okay, I don't really want to talk more about this. So yeah, they're trying. They paid for all these people's licenses, and I want to say they're going woke with Megan Rapinoe, and I don't know who Ira Glass and Pete Alonso is. I'm just assuming they're woke. But like, again, is Eminem woke approved? Is he cool? Is he cool? I ain't talking about Phil. Find all sorts of suggestions. Yeah, there's also, everybody has some cool stuff that they're into. That's always awesome. Is Eminem going to be Fairy Iceman? Maybe he's going to be Iceman's boyfriend. I mean, I don't know. Please, no more TV hosts. They ruin everything. Yeah, they can't even host their own shows. No worries, Tupac had to jump in the shower. Yes, I'm still going. Yeah, and Conan can be trans Psylocke. Maybe. Hell, Super HDJ. I don't think you were here. Maybe you were lurking. I appreciate you being here. So sick of all the deep X-Men lore. Just reboot it, rebirth it, new 52 it. Just don't ultimatum it. Man, I think a lot of this stuff needs to be scorched from earth. I think a lot of it, they really do need to start from square one with not just the X-Men, but a lot of comic book lore. And I think comic books failed when they didn't adopt the manga approach, where you can keep something continuing and stop rebooting it. And I would hate to just say, reboot and start from new, but like the canon is already jacked up. And then when you add all this craziness they've done with the X-Men and even Spider-Man before wokeness was a thing with the Brand New Day or whatever it was called, they really changed these characters so much. They're not even the characters that we once loved. Invincible is cool. Amber sucks. She's a total stereotype of an angry black chick. In the comics, she was calm, understanding, and blonde, a nice girlfriend. Now she's completely different. I don't know who the leader of the new X-Men is. Probably a trans woman of color. I don't know. Hey all, Super HDJ. No relation to RDJ. In the chat, howdy. Everyone saying howdy. So man, Super HDJ, I appreciate you being here. Feel free to like if you haven't, and share if you're willing, but no pressure. Appreciate you just being here lurking, and if you're just lurking, there's no shame with that. Another fucker with a mask. Jesus Christ! Do you remember? I came out with this damn mask thing. I thought I was so creative. Every motherfucker has a fucking mask. No, I'm not on Games Radar. What the fuck are we doing? Sheesh. But yep, more garbage. Like I'm not gonna read this comic book. I don't think these celebrities are gonna bring in any readers to this comic book. This Eminem and everybody in the Hellfire Gala. I don't think that's gonna bring in readers. not Superman, Batman, Fortnite did bring in readers. That was something that actually added to sales. Because it had the Fortnite code, I think had a lot to do with it. And as expensive as those are, the comic book is an easy buy for people who are into Fortnite. And Batman is, I think, the most popular comic book character as far as sales. Even though Marvel's more popular than DC, I think he's the most popular individual character. So that's sold well. And there is something to be said about trying to reach out to normies, but they're not really trying to reach out to normies. I mean, I actually go through the Hellfire Gala because it looks so terrible. But like, you think Eminem is going to overcome Iceman in a dress? Why? Why do you think that? How did you get that bad at marketing that you could possibly think that you can overcome Iceman in a dress and get people to buy it? Why? And I am sorry about the slow typing. I'm a boomer. You know, I didn't check the D Live. I haven't checked the D Live in a little bit. And I know the D Live is sort of active. Yes, we have Sergeant Bob in the D Live. Hell, Sergeant Bob. And we have Kawalk, who just followed K-Walk. So there's activity, but nobody's not watching. So we're down a D Liver, even though we have a new D Live follower. Shout out to K-Walk. Shout out to Sergeant Bob. Hopefully they can watch the stream. The playback of the stream, because they are on the D Live. So cool. But yeah, I'm looking for the Hellfire Gala. Images. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Nerdist actually took it seriously. Did the best dress, worst dress. Oh my God. I just need this it. I feel like this isn't all of them. Oh, the tweet's not there. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the actual picture of the Hellfire Gala. I don't know why I'm trying to do this to you people. You guys are good people. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. But you don't always get what you deserve. Unfortunately, sometimes you just get whatever we got. And what we got for you is the Hellfire Gala. This is Iceman in dress. This is how they're dressed. They're not really dressed for a gala. There's not really a theme. There's not really, you got Beast in a leotard crushing Kid Omega's head. Professor X is dressed like a deep sea diver. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. Fucking Sage is like 100 feet tall. All the men are shorter than the women. Psylocke is trans. Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister's not that bad relative. And actually needs him, to be fair. In fact, Mr. Sinister is so well done that Colossus decided to dress like Mr. Sinister. And I don't know who Sync is, but he has this Technicolor raincoat. Here's another thing. They listed both Logan as Wolverine and X-23 as Wolverine. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? It's stupid enough that she's going to be Wolverine, but listing them both as Wolverine is just a nitpick. So this is the Hellfire Gala. They're adding Eminem. I don't think it's going to work. I unfortunately think it's going to fail. Is Iceman transitioning? Yes. Yes, he is. He's just a fabulous little ice princess. Fabulous. And no, I'm not going to wear a VW chain. Like the logo VW, like Volkswagen. I'm not going to wear any chain. I don't got the money for that. Are they going? Yeah, they're not. There's a rumor that they're not going to call them the X-Men anymore. They're going to be the Mutants. Common idiot. You're absolutely correct. And Hell Liger fan. Hell. Hey, you're a wrestling fan. What do you think about AEW copyright striking me? It looks like they've done that to other channels. And I'm not sure if you keep up with AEW, but yeah, they're pieces of shit for that. And apparently this is a thing they do. They copyright strike people who make fun of them. So yeah, Xavier gets to walk around after 60 years and all he does is walk out. LMAO, yeah. Hell, Glenzer is watching LG TV and eating barbecue chips. That's being down with the LG BBQ community. There you go. That's creative. Common idiot. That's the story inside Marvel right now. The mutants. And this is yeah. And this is another reason why I know a lot of people were excited about the potential of Gina Carano coming back. I think the Bear Grylls fiasco that is still going on has kind of shut that down, at least in my opinion. as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, this is why I don't want to go back to Disney, even if for some miracle that Gina came back and she got everything that she was supposed to. Disney has too many, they've sinned too much to be forgiven by one act. They gave X-23 the title Wolverine, which Logan, yeah, I do know this because Logan was gone for a few years. He was in case of animanium, expected him not to come back. Fans got pissed, so they brought him back, and now they're stuck with two of them. At least rename them. Rename her. Let her be X-23. These aren't mantles. You know what? A lot of this goes, DC started this, where they had multiple Flashes, multiple Green Lanterns, and they made them multiple Blue Beetles, and they made these identities into mantles, which is always, to me, a mistake, because even though, hey, there's a lot of different favorite Green Lanterns, there's a lot of people who have different Flashes they like. Some people like Barry Allen, some people like Wally West. But when you do the mantle thing, you start cheapening the character, because Batman's not really a mantle. Yes, you have Terry McGinnis, and I like the run where you had Damian Wayne as Robin and Dick Grayson as Batman, but Batman is Bruce Wayne. Superman is Clark Kent. Wolverine is Logan. And if you want to why can't he just have a fucking daughter? Why does he have to have this genetic experiment? Why can't he, being an old man, have nutted in a woman just like everyone else how we got here, and have a fucking daughter, and she has bone claws, and then they do experiments on her like they did with him, and she has her own name and identity, or maybe he didn't know about her for some years, and you find this out. Why couldn't that be it? No, it has to be a clone. It makes no sense anyway. Hardly know about it, but seems like the YouTube community is not a place you want to strike. Yeah, I got one strike. I got to get it off. It pisses me off. Fuck AEW. Man, I hate that company, and they really pissed me off with this strike. The fact that this company knows as much about YouTube as they do, because they've been on YouTube for like 5 or 6 years, well before the company was even made, referring to the elite, knows as much about YouTube as they do, knows these strikes are incorrect and illegal, in fact, and to still do them just because people might talk shit about them and they may lose traction in the ratings. What weakness. And again, that's what not to do. We're opposing all these mega corporations. We want to be the good guys. We want to stay the good guys. We don't want to live long enough to see ourselves become a villain. X-23 is a good name. Should just stay with that. Yeah, that would have been good. Yep. And Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and a few others are named shit. Yeah, because there's 2 Wolverines with X-23, 2 Hawkeyes with Kate Bishop, and of course, Miles Morales is the other Spider-Man. Comes to Wolverine, Captain America, Spider-Man, there's a quote from Highlander, there can be only one. Yeah, he does. You're right, he does have a son. Depending on which origin story, Logan got his military tag, or Wolverine tag from the military. It was earned, not given. Yeah, don't call her Wolverine, call her something else. I've seen Young Ripper and other YouTubers get that strike erased. Fingers crossed for you, bro. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get it erased. I didn't want to give them my personal information. I haven't got a P.O. box yet. So within the next week, or hope it may have to wait until next week. It'll come off naturally July 30th, but I've been told if you push back, it'll come off within 2 weeks because they have to make action. So we'll see. I want to get the P.O. box secured first so I can give that information instead of my personal stuff. Weapon 23 would have been better. Yeah, that would have been better as well. But overall, this Hellfire Gala looks like a dumpster fire, and no amount of celebrities that used to be famous. And Megan Rapinoe, who the fuck wants to see her do anything? If not for this controversy, which we even know she exists, and a lot of you probably don't know she exists, and I'm talking about the controversy about women, quote unquote, not making as much as men, which I found out is because of their own decision. Apparently, the women were offered the same contract as the men, and they passed it. Basically, there was a contract that was more higher risk, high reward for the men that was viewership dependent and attendance dependent, but offered less upfront money, but more money on the back end. And apparently there were 3 different contracts. One was with various degrees of safety. Contract that gave less upfront, more on the back end, a medium contract, and one that gave more upfront and less on the back end. The women chose the safer contract with more guaranteed money and less back-end pay. The men chose the less safe, more riskier contract with less upfront pay, but more back-end percentage. And of course, they made more money, and that's the source of this whole controversy. So literally, the women had the exact same opportunity as the men, and they passed on it. And they're trying now. Megan Rapinoe is trying to get you to be guilt tripped into women have been cheated, whatever, bitch, whatever. And now she even gets a comic book that no one's gonna read. Hell, Darius Munchausen. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Detroit. Okay, it's that. Oh no, I think that's it. It's just positive news. We got our positive news. We're not done. But we're done with the main stories. That was the last story. Here's more of the Hellfire Gala. I didn't even know it's Magneto. Jesus, Jubilee. Okay. Let's talk about some positive stuff. We talked about enough negative stuff. Let's see. Serena Williams, before we do that, Serena Williams said female tennis players should earn as much as the men, but women only have to win 2 out of 3. Men have to win 3 out of 5. Men play more and get paid more. Listen, female tennis players are one of the few groups of women athletes that get a pretty good amount. I mean, I don't think they make as much as the men, obviously, but they're not broke. You know what I'm saying? They get deals they get a lot of deals. Marie Sharapova had a lot of marketing deals. They're not broke. Them and women's MMA airs, they're not broke. You know what I'm saying? They get a lot more clout than other female athletes. So, but let's not talk about the trash. Let's talk about positivity. Let's talk about actual heroics. I am not a hero, and I know the Blitz is. Yeah, he sent the message earlier talking about did you have a superhero license? I do not. I do die. I do not have a license to superhero. Neither does Good Samaritan, but they still rose to the challenge anyway. Good Samaritan jumps into the bay to save a 2-year-old after a car crash on the bridge. Witness to a car crash on the Maryland Bridge jumped into the bay and rescued a 2-year-old girl who had been ejected into the water while still in her car seat. Holy smokes. Look at this car, by the way. Holy smokes. The incident took place along the Route 90 bridge in Ocean City and left 8 people injured, among them a toddler who had been ejected from a silver pickup into the that's the name, Asa Woman Bay. Sorry, any Marylanders if I mispronounced that name. A Good Samaritan immediately jumped over the guardrail into the bay, rescuing the infant. I'm not going to play videos because I've gotten so much. I even had a copyright claim that I lost. And that's a trailer. I'm not going to play any trailers on this channel because I disputed it and lost. So I can't play the video. I apologize. But to go back to the account, Good Samaritan immediately jumped over the guardrail into the bay, rescuing the infant. Eyewitness Trisha Michelle Roberts, Ortels, a lot of names, captured the hero who asked to remain anonymous on film. The man can be seen cradling the child in his arms while swimming in the bay before handing her over to someone on a private boat. The child is in stable condition at Johns Hopkins Hospital. The other 7 injured are expected to recover. Wow. I wish I could play the video. I can drop the Sunny Skies article into the chat so you guys can play the video yourself. Because I hate the fact that, with all the strikes and all this business, and I just can't risk it. I have been claimed by playing one of these videos before too. I really can't. What are you guys talking about? Oh yeah, it's Port Cerebral. Okay, that makes sense. Still looks terrible. If female want the same pay as the men, they should play the men's game. Was that Professor X standing? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Of course. You would think they wouldn't do that, but isn't that ableism? I know it's getting late on this side of the country. If you ever want to hear about the most interesting humans to live, look up either Jack Churchill or Leo Major. I'll have to look that up off stream because it is getting late. We're going 2 hours, it'll probably be 2.5 before we're done. And I like ending with good news if you're new to the channel. So that's what we're ending with, this positive news. We're Good Samaritan saving a 2-year-old. That's awesome. And we have some more good news. This is also kind of some crazy stuff. Passengers helped deliver a premature baby on a flight in Hawaii. A pregnant woman went into labor on a flight to Hawaii. Luckily, there were 3 neonatal intensive care nurses and a doctor on board. Unless this was staged, if you don't believe the Most High exists, I understand that everyone has their own beliefs, but this leads you to think a higher power had at least this lady in mind when she was on this flight. Lavina Lavi Moanga of Orem, Utah was traveling from Salt Lake City to Hawaii on April 28th for a family vacation when she gave birth to her son, Raymond, at just 29 weeks gestation. Oh, he's premature. Monga said she had no idea she was even pregnant. Whoa, wait a second. You didn't know you were pregnant at the time? Whoa, that's scary. That's scary. I didn't know that. I thought she knew she was pregnant. That's very scary to be 20. You were 29 weeks pregnant and didn't know you were pregnant? Whoa. I don't think this article has any more details on this lady's life. I'm not going to, you're not on trial. It's not judgment, but what the fuck? She said the weirdest part, she felt the weirdest pain, went to the bathroom and passed out only to wake up and see a baby in her arms. So, okay, I've heard of women maybe a few months not knowing they were pregnant. Oh, you're a few months along, but you're ready to pop and not knowing. What the fuck? Dr. Dale Glenn at Hawaii Pacific Health, family medicine physician and neonatal intensive care unit nurses from North Kansas City Hospital, Lonnie Bamfield, Amanda Beating, and Mimi Ho were also on the flight. About halfway through the flight, there was an emergency call, and I've experienced this before. They're usually pretty clear asking, is there a doctor on board? Glenn said in Hawaii Pacific Health press release. This call was not like this, and it was fairly urgent. With no special equipment, the group had to get creative. Sheesh, they used shoelaces to cut and tie the umbilical cord and a smartwatch to measure the baby's heart rate. Holy shit. The medical crews were waiting at the airport in Honolulu to help get the mom and baby to Kalaponi Medical Center for Women and Children. And that's not a short flight from Utah to Honolulu. Holy shit. All three nurses from the flight were able to visit Monga and the baby on Friday, said it was an emotional reunion. All just teared up. She called us family. We're all in this as aunties. Where's his dad? Where the fuck was Papa? I'm so glad to see him. I didn't have to do it alone. I had so much support. And everyone was just so willing to offer up everything they had. So much kindness in this world. Even with all this craziness going on. So yeah, I hate to be judgmental to people. These are always really good stories. And shout out to the nurses and the doctor who helped this woman deliver this child. But where is the fucking dad, man? And how the fuck do you not know you're 29 weeks fucking pregnant? I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Okay, let's see what you guys is talking. So I dropped the link. Talk about Lucky. Hell, theme park casual. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, she had to be a big girl to not know she was 29 weeks pregnant. And yeah, would that be able washing for the walking? Yeah, it really would be for Professor X able to walk. I've heard the movie 28 weeks later, but 29, damn. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're nearing the end. Dude, this is fun, but I gotta bounce. Put my link out there one last time. Thanks and peace, bro. Yeah, we will do that. We will do that. Let's just toss the link to the past out there. And I appreciate anybody and everybody who's been a part of this stream. Thank you all for being here. We'll be wrapping up here in a short little while, but I'm trying to get my man Fimmer the Ice Wolf. Here we go. Fimmer the Ice Wolf. He's a channel. He's at, what did he got him at? 79. All we need is one more person to get him at 80. We just want to get to 80. We're just trying to get to 80. Fimmer can get one more sub. Here's Fimmer's link. Let's get Fimmer to 80 subs. We can do that as he leaves. We can do that. So yeah, would that be able washing? Is Fimmer leaving? Yeah, from happy story to frightening in a split second. Absolutely. I'm glad the baby's alive. Fuck, who's going to take care of it now? Jeez. Yeah, or enabling. Oh, I like that one. That's clever, Morgan. Or Morgan, if I'm mispronouncing your name. As everyone's so kind. Saying goodnight to my man Fimmer the Ice Wolf. I appreciate it. And if you haven't, please give him a sub. Yeah, mama's baby, papa's maybe. I don't even know if papa's there to get maybe. If she didn't know she's pregnant, I'm not, you're not on trial. I got a sneaking suspicion she ain't sure who the daddy is. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to be Yins. I'm just calling how I see it, man. A disability deletion, maybe. Yes, make some content, Fimmer. We need to see more content from Fimmer. Sub. So we got him at 80. So Robert Gardner, hell, Robert Gardner. I'm not sure if this is our Robert. Whoever Robert Gardner is, he's subbed in an alternate. So thank you, Robert. I gather it's tough to write stories about the X-Men to cart around a guy in a wheelchair around, but that's why he's like super powerful. That's the thing. He has super powerful mind powers, but he's in a wheelchair. And so that balance of having all this power and yet, being weakened and disabled, that was always a cool dichotomy, and that made a lot of his character. But you know what? Let them do what they want to do. What do you get when you spend all your time virtue signaling and you make a bunch of shit that nobody wants to read or see?
Get what you fucking deserve.
And they are going to get what they fucking deserve, which is lower sales and more. And we have to start ignoring this stuff. We have to ignore the Hellfire Gala. We have to ignore every Captain, because there's still more Captain Americas to come. That's not upon it, it could be. Yeah, he did have the floaty wheelchair. I mean, it was all cool. They're going to do a lot more of this stuff. And it sucks. It really sucks. I know a lot of my Star Wars people. Let me get back on the camera. Let me put the mask on to close the show. I know we have a lot of Star Wars fans. I have an Indians hat on. Where's my Lions? The Lions. I get it. Being a fan, if you're a Jets fan, Eagles fan, they've won Super Bowls before the Lions haven't. The Cubs, it took them years and years to win a championship, a World Series. Morgan Holloway was the alias sub to Fimmer. That's awesome. But I get it. When you're a fan of something, you still want it to succeed. That's why there are people so excited for Gina coming back. I thought it would be a downgrade, even though, like I said, with Outkick Story, I understand people taking money. You need money in this world. I understand. Even if you come from a rich family, Disney can write certain checks. But as a fan, Disney, all these companies, I have no interest in seeing anything from any of them. I have no interest in seeing anything with Warner, DC. I have no interest in Marvel, Disney. I have no interest in Marvel, Lucasfilm. Or Disney, Lucasfilm. I have no interest because they don't produce good shows. Screw the woke culture war. Screw that. Yes, that's a part of it. Definitely, we saw the Hellfire Gala, but they're not making good material in a fucking story. Everyone's talking about Invincible. Everyone's talking about different animes. Obviously, Demon Slayer was a massive hit. There's always new anime somebody's recommended in the chat. There's good material out there. There's old material. There's old movies. There's old TV shows. There's old comic books. There's old books. There's so much material. None of us will ever live long enough to watch everything and consume everything that we will actually like. So in this climate where you guys, they're competing with me, they're competing with anyone else in the chat who has a channel, they're competing with all the other channels that are streaming, they're competing with everybody on Twitch. They're losing. They're losing. I want to do a video on the ratings because I know the ratings. I saw the ratings for baseball. No wonder AEW is still on TV. Baseball's drawing like 200,000. 200,000 people watching a baseball game nowadays. If you can't outdraw a nerd-rotting video and you're getting paid billions of dollars, whatever the fuck MLB is getting paid, there's a fucking problem. I love Nerd Rod to pieces. Love him. But he, as talented and as good as he is, he should not be able to outdraw the fucking Major League Baseball. And if he is, if you guys can't compete with Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic for views, what the fuck are you doing on TV? There's a massive disconnect for all forms of media right now, whether that's sports, whether that's movies, TV, all forms of entertainment have been tainted, not just by wokeness, but by incompetence and entitlement. And people have no obligation to put up with it because there's too much other shit out there. And I'm too fucking busy. I got this channel, got everybody else's channel to watch. You know what I mean? I got a full-time job that is super fucking stressful. I don't have time for bullshit. I don't have time to hope that, maybe Gina will come back and maybe Jon Favreau will make something good. Maybe he will. Once you guys tell me it's good, I'll check it out. Just like when Invincible, I'm going to check it out. Why? It went through the whole season. I heard there's some ups and downs, but overall, good show. So I'm going to check it out because it's been approved. I'm not going to give any new thing the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure there's going to be some exceptions. I wanted to see Mortal Kombat, I wanted to see Godzilla versus Kong, but outside of that, no. No more benefit of the doubt. They haven't earned it. Oh, and Darius. Hell. With a half evil super chat. Hey, I'm still here. So if you want a super chat, feel free to do so. Sorry I was late. Had to mount another channel. No problem, Darius. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the super chat. You know what? Unfortunately, combining your two super chats are pretty evil. Pretty evil. We're trying to stay evil free. No mark of the beast here. No mark of the beast here. Being sarcastic. He was just lazy to remove his disability. Yeah, it was very lazy. Let's see. Makes me wonder why didn't Reed Richards and Tony Stark make Professor X a bad... yeah, that's a good point. Should have given him a techno weaponry chair. No offense, the show was already below par, but Mando was not made better for Gina's presence, huh? You know what? I don't necessarily disagree with that because I as much as, how do I put this? I want to put this properly. I like Gina Carano a lot. I have the Cara Dune Funko pop up here. I'm not somebody who, I'll joke like, with John Depot, oh, see your girl. I'm not like a stan though, right? I'm not somebody who needs somebody to agree with me to like them. And I'm not somebody who, because there's a lot of people, and I love a lot of them, a lot of people on the conservative side of things, I call them conservatives and Democrats, so excuse me. But on the conservative side of things, who, when they see somebody as conservative and they're shocked they're conservative, they just latch on, oh, we got a voice. And it's like, no, you're your voice, motherfucker. I started a channel, and I'm a fat idiot. You can start a channel. You're your voice. Nobody else. Stop using proxy. Don't use the orange man as a proxy. Don't use Gina as a proxy. Don't use Biden as a proxy, whatever you believe. Don't use anyone else as a proxy. You're your voice. You are your voice. But people, they latch on to that. It's like I remember when Sarah Silverman's old ass were talking, oh, she's talking anti-war. Who gives a fuck what Sarah Silverman has to say on any goddamn subject? Tell that bitch to crack a joke. Nobody gives a fuck about Sarah Silverman in this day and age. She's not funny or relevant anymore. So, like, why are we care? But she said something conservative, and we need people to agree with us. No, we don't. No, we don't. So, and that's why Gina got hot, because she was saying shit on Twitter that was against the narrative, and a lot of people liked it. And I agree with most all of it. It's not something I don't disagree. I think a lot of it was actually just common sense stuff. And by the modern era, we talked about it earlier with Outkick, and a lot of things that really aren't that controversial, but in this modern era where the goalpost has shifted as far as left as it did, you have people consider her controversial. She's edgy. Conservative is the new punk, whatever. I think that's going too far. Whatever. And that was the push. But the show was not good. The show was not good. The first season was better than the second. The second season and all of Disney Plus's stuff has become this watered down dope where they try to drag out a series and manufacture a series out of nothing. So I understand you feeling that way. I mean, was it made better? She had a couple of cool scenes, and I will say this: I was pretty disrespectful of her as an actress after seeing Mortal Kombat. Shit, she deserves an Oscar compared to the Mortal Kombat actors. Goodness gracious! So acting can get a lot worse than Gina. But yeah, I understand that. You're not the only one to think that. And this and New Bomb Turk reminded me because we were talking about his thing. Like, we should have dissenting opinions. It's okay. We can disagree. He got a little killed for the MGTOW stuff, and I apologize on that because the point of this community is to have people that disagree. And if you don't like Gina Carano, you're not alone. I don't dislike her. I absolutely like her, but I'm not a stan of hers. I do want her to succeed. I am interested in her success, absolutely. But honestly, The Mandalorian was overrated. But it looked like Star Wars. It was good at looking like Star Wars. And I got to give it credit where it was due. Yep, that was a good little rant. I approve. I'm glad you approve. Hello, humans and other critters. Just got to the bear cave. Glad you're in the bear cave, Snortopoopas. She's a wonderfully nice person with average acting ability. I like her. She's a genuine and not a puppet to the left. Yeah, a lot of her politics have to do with why a lot of people like her. And you know what I will give her credit for? She looks good in action scenes, and you can't teach that. There's one action scene in The Mandalorian. She's doing all sorts of cool shit, rolling people over, shooting them, and she transitions into every move smooth as two ice cubes. I got to give her credit. Everybody can't do that shit. So her basic acting chops are better than I originally said after seeing Mortal Kombat again. But where she's really good as action. Hell. Checked out a Disney after Mulan, thanking the concentration camps. Yeah, that's a very unforgivable thing. Just like even, you see the shoes. This is a Bapester. I used to be a sneakerhead. I can't buy Nikes anymore. And I knew what it was then, but it's just like, nah, I'm done with you guys. Hey, everyone's saying, hey, the Stone of Poop is. All right, Glenzer. Serious question. Are you worried YouTube will come after you for the Indians hat? That's a good point. I hear the team is changing their name. By the way, the hat does not bother me at all. There's a 9-0 chance you're right, man. I didn't think AEW was going to come after me for making fun of that stupid-ass girl and that stupid-ass ring, but they did. Maybe. I wore this because we were talking about Captain Native America. But you know what? You might not be wrong, man. There's a 9-0 chance. And I like wearing this. I want to get more Indians hats. Kind of a cool logo, man. But yeah, you're not wrong. There's a decent chance. I don't know. And then back to YouTube, they're doing something with the algorithm anyway. They're affecting a lot of channels. But yeah, Gina's character is still alive from Deadpool 2. Be funny if she's in 3. I doubt it. Not that Disney owns it. She was in 1, not 2, I see. Yeah, 1. You guys are correcting her. And I'm an Adidas man. You know what? When I did play basketball, they made better shoes. Like if you're talking about function, Adidas was just much better. It wasn't even comparison. That's my opinion. And I'm out of opinions. I think that I had a little rant because a few people came in late. I wanted to give them something. Oh man! Speaking of late, relax. You're here now. We're 2.5 hours in. You know what? Another monster. Not you're here. Did you get a notification? That's the question I'll leave you guys. Who got notifications for this stream? And I appreciate another monster being here. Who all got notifications? And yeah, Whipper dropped a video about the algorithm changes. If you watch Mr. H, he's talking about the algorithm changes. Let me know in the chat. Did you get a notification? That's what we'll end off on. And it's time. Hopefully the music playing. I won't be able to hear it. But we are going to play the music and get out of here. I can't hear the music, and you know what? I'm just going to turn it down off instinct. So hopefully the music is audible and it's playing and it's not too loud that you can't hear me. Darius Moonchild did not get a notification. And I actually did not get a notification. Not another monster. I am not shot. Feel free if you're interested to watch the playback. The playback views, they still count too. Yeah, Darius Chunjals is giving me the keyboard sound. That means the music is going. So I want to thank another monster for showing up. We can finally relax, even though it's late. Anthroparian also got no notification. You just come up on the home screen. Music volume is good. Now that you adjust it. Good. Sticking around on other channels, had to refresh the main page and showed up. Playing fine. Yep. Didn't get a notification. Got drowned out by the quartering hail tearing the gas. I appreciate you being here. There we go. No notification. Was off on the home page. Had to harass Matt Mardigan. Justin Proper. No shame in that. Please harass both of them. Yeah, we haven't seen Senshin Dildo. We didn't see him on Culture Crime Fighters, nor did I see him today. So yeah, before Senshin Dildo, who's not here. For Snorter Poop is Q Bird. For tearing gas, yeah, I think everybody's gonna get drowned out by the quartering and 10 pool. Another monster, the Wait Down, Anthroparian, Darius Munchausen, Robert, New Bomb Turk, who I appreciate a ton, Glenzer, who we appreciate a ton, Morgan Holloway, we appreciate both the couple of Morgan Holloway. There's a lot of Fimmer who was here earlier, Justin of the Red Shirt who was here earlier, Robert Gardner, who I don't know if he's Robert or his own person. We also had some people in the D Live chat as well. Who do we have? We have Sergeant Bob, K-Walk. We also had Blitz for Twitch. So there's a lot of other people, Yins, so many people, Liger fan. If I didn't say your name, please blame my head, not my heart. But if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching and thank you for your time. I appreciate it. God bless. And hey, nothing wrong with a moist cave, Snorter Poop. It's nothing. Hey, rather a cave be moist then dry. Alrighty, it's this only shape-shifting hot comic chicks and VW mask. I appreciate it. So that was a different Robert. All right, so if you're so obliged to share and subscribe, if you I forgot the rest of the spiel. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. If you like the video, please like the video, even if you do none of these things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. God bless. Peace.